The following broadcast is a special presentation of BroadcastSport.net. Broadcast Sport is now proud to present the South Bend Area Football Game of the Week. From Don Bungie Field, we feature the Bremen Lions versus the Manchester Squires. Tonight's game is being brought to you by Service One Group of Elkhart, Eye Care Associates of Michiana, Fourway.net, Verizon Wireless, John A. Sibero and Company of South Bend, K-Wood Products of South Bend, Walters Auto Sales, and Mapletronics Computers. Now, let's head inside Don Bungie Field for coverage of the South Bend Area Game of the Week here on BroadcastSport.net. And we thank you very much for logging in to BroadcastSport.net on this beautiful autumn evening here at Bremen at Don Bungie Field alongside the quarterback, Josh Williams. I know you're very disappointed right now. You were telling me during the pregame that you would kill to be out on the field right now. And but we'll say this, we're pleased to have you alongside us tonight. And even though your season came to an end last week, we won't go into details. We'll be nice about it. We're grateful to have you along for the Hall tonight.
Well, thanks, Kevin. You know, I'm glad to be here, and you know what? It's good to, even though our season's over, it's always good to, kind of give back to the game, and to be here to watch two good high school teams really go at it here in this 2A sectional matchup. It's going to be a great night, and I'm looking forward to seeing a lot from this Manchester team. I just think that these two guys are going to match up pretty well tonight.
You know, you were telling me during the pregame that you like the odds of the Manchester Squires. They come into this matchup 3-7 overall, 2-5 in the TRC. That's fourth best in that conference. Bremen, they come in here with a perfect record. They're 10-0 overall, 7-0 in the NSC conference. That's good for first. It looks a little lopsided on paper, but you were saying at pregame you like the moxie of quarterback number 7 for the Squires. That would be Logan Brunn. Talk about that a little bit.
And you know what? Logan came out here tonight. He took the field, and I was watching him warm up while you were getting ready to take the interview for the coach. And he just looked relaxed, real calm. He looked like he had a demeanor that he was ready to get things done tonight, and that's what you really need coming into a big game like that, where the odds are going to be against you. You got to be calm, cool, and collective, and those are the 3 C's of being a quarterback in this game.
Coaching the Bremen Lions will be Bob Holmes. He's 19-4 in his second year at Bremen. Brandon Baker will be the opposing coach. He's 32-51 in his 8th year at Manchester. So both coaches. One obviously been at their respective school a little bit longer than the other. But what do you think about the coaching matchups?
You know, I think these guys, especially Coach Holmes, he's a little more aggressive on the ball, rather than Coach Baker is kind of a little more conservative. But I think we're going to see a little more aggressive side out of Coach Baker tonight, as times are going to call for some desperate measures at some points in this game, where he's kind of got to rely on his quarterback, Logan Brunn, to deliver some successful passes for long gains.
Of course, you can't forget about Leeper, the quarterback for the Bremen Lions. Nate Leeper is his name. He's a dynamic quarterback. He can kill you with the passing game. He can kill you with his legs. I'm not sure if you've seen much film about him this past season, but tell us a little bit about what your impressions were from pregame.
Well, I didn't get to see Nate Leeper on film. We really didn't play Bremen up this season. So, but you know what? I saw him warming up on the field, and he kind of looked a little too let's see, how do I say it? He was
overconfident?
Overconfident, that's exactly what the word I was looking for. And it kind of could seem to get him. Just let me tell you about when our game last week, we played a 1-7 team in Hobart High School. They came in here, and you know what? We were looking forward to next week. We were thinking about the Washington matchup. We started even watching film on these guys and doing all that sorts of stuff. And we came in overconfident that we were about to win. We were talking about what JV squad is going to go in first into the game, and they can end up winning 24-20 on this one. So, and definitely, you can't be overconfident in any game you go into. You got to play 4 quarters of good football, and that's why I like this Manchester team. They look like they're ready to play, and nothing can stop these guys with determination here.
The last outing for both teams, Bremen beat Prairie Heights 57-7 last Friday. Manchester beat Wabash 46-14 last Friday. The last meeting between both these schools, Bremen beat Manchester 27-0 in 1975. This will be the first game ever played in the series. The first game ever played in the series was in 1964. And this will be the 13th overall meeting between these two schools. Bremen leads the overall series 9-1 with 2 ties.
And you gotta look at these. You know what? The series, they really don't matter. I mean, you take into effect, this is sectional time. Everybody here is looking for a next win, because if not, I mean, if you lose, you go home and pack up. It's that simple. And I love sectional time because it brings out the best in every performer. If you're a true competitor, and I mean a true competitor, this is the limelight, and this is where you want to be at.
All right, well, we have to take a quick timeout. When we return, it'll be the head coach's report with both the coaches of Bremen and Manchester here on BroadcastSport.net.
Service One Professional Group of Elkhart provides complete electrical and mechanical services to industrial, commercial, and institutional clients throughout northern Indiana and southwest Michigan. Since 2005, their team has excelled at maintaining to perform their services with integrity and professionalism. This commitment has made them able to build and maintain solid relationships with their customers. With project scopes ranging from construction to technological advances, Service One Professional Group can complete the job from the design stage to the startup. To learn more about Service One Professional Group, call them at 574-522-5651 or visit their website at serviceonegroup.com.
Back at Don Bungie Field here on BroadcastSport.net. It's time now for the head coach's report.
We're talking with Coach Holmes here on the head coach's report. Coach Holmes, it's sectional time. Evaluate your team up to this point in the season.
Our team's played very, very well. We're 10-0 at this particular point in time, and the kids have done an outstanding job. Bad news is it's a tournament. Everybody's 1-1, and we have to win to progress.
How do you keep your team motivated and also focused for the next game?
Well, I think our 18 seniors do that for us. We're fortunate enough to have 18 guys that have been through this before. They're the leaders of our team, and they know what it takes to push deep into the tournament, and we rely heavily on those seniors to set the tone for us each and every week.
Let's talk about tonight's matchup with the Manchester Squires. What do you expect from the Squires?
Well, the Squires have a very efficient and potent running game, and we're going to have to contain their running back, Penrod. He does an outstanding job. He's got a lot of yards on the season, and we're going to have to make sure he doesn't get loose for any big plays.
Lastly, what are your keys to a victory tonight?
Well, as always, sounds cliche, but we have to not turn the ball over and tackle and be efficient on offense.
Thank you very much, Coach. We wish you the best of luck tonight.
Thanks a lot, and thanks for everything you do for high school sports.
We're talking with Coach Baker here on the head coach's report. Coach Baker, it's sectional time. Evaluate your team up to this point in the season.
Well, we're getting better each game, and when you enter this part of the season, tourney play, that's what you want to do. And we started off a little bit rough, but we got better each game, and ultimately we want to be peaking at this time, and we're playing pretty good right now.
How do you keep your team motivated and also focused for the next game?
Well, it's just, they've got to want to. And, there's not a lot that a coach can do. It's got to come from within. And, especially from our seniors, because this is it. We lose, we're turning equipment in. So they've got to dig deep. They've got to find it within themselves and think that they have a shot to advance. And if they do, we've got good a shot as anybody else.
Let's talk about tonight's matchup with the Bremen Lions. What do you expect from the Lions?
Well, they're good. They're big, physical, fast. We're going to be overmatched just about every position on the field. So we have got to use good technique. We've got to believe that we have a shot to beat them. And we've got to capitalize on their mistakes. They don't make too many, but if they do, we know that we're going to have to capitalize. We're going to have to stay patient on offense because of their speed. Big plays are going to be limited. Defensively, we know that we're going to have to attack. And so, we know that we're going to be in a dogfight for 48 minutes, and if we don't come out fired up, come out ready to go, it's going to be a long night.
Lastly, what are your keys to a victory tonight?
Well, we stay patient on offense, realize that if we don't get big plays, that's fine. We just need to have long drives that end in points. Defensively, we know that we're not going to be able to sit and wait, because if we let them get into us, they're just going to control us and be able to do whatever they want. If they get big plays, we have to learn from the mistakes. Don't do them again. Special teams, we can't allow any big plays that get that big momentum swing, and hopefully for us then we can make a few big plays. But ultimately, I just want to see us come out and play as hard as we can play. And if we're not the better team, then so be it. But as long as we come out and give it everything that we have, we can't ask for anything more.
We thank you very much, Coach. We wish you the best of luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
Those were the voices of Coach Holmes and Coach Baker, respectively, on our head coach's report. And now it's time to talk about our keys to the victory tonight and make our predictions. Well, Josh, what are your keys?
Well, you know what? Manchester's really just got to play a good ball game. Starting up front with their line, they're definitely going to have to get good play out of Aaron Snapp, Tad Miller at the right guard and right tackle position, and good play out of the Jurgen Greip and Cole Sellers with the left guard and left tackle. This is where it's going to start. The protection up front is going to determine how well that Logan Byrne will be able to do tonight, and the receiving play out of the triple threat here, they definitely have to do their part too. But they can't become one-dimensional and just rely on the passing game. They've definitely got a good mix of run and play-action pass mixed up here in order to beat these guys. On defense, they just got to do a solid job. Their turnover numbers this year haven't been real good. They've only recorded 4 interceptions on the year for minus 29 yards. But they got to do a good job at controlling the receivers and keeping the containment on the outside receivers to make sure they don't get beat deep. And up front for the defensive line, they just got to make sure they control their gaps and do their jobs and hold their assignments.
I agree with you 100% on that. I agree that in order for Manchester to have a chance tonight, they're going to have to take advantage of any freebies they get on the field. They cannot, and I repeat, cannot give up the ball. And when they do take the ball away from Bremen, they're going to have to put points on the board. I don't care if it's 3 or if it's 7, you have to put something on the board. As far as defense, or for Bremen, I should say, Bremen, they're clearly the team that has the size advantage. They have the speed advantage. The only way they can really lose, I see, is if they beat themselves. And we've seen a lot of scenarios of that happening this past season. Teams that are really good that end up beating themselves on all levels. NFL, college, high school, you name it. So, and you were saying before the game, Bremen looked like they were a little bit overconfident, and Manchester had this calm, subtle swagger about themselves. So we'll see exactly what happens. But I do think turnovers, and you got to take advantage of that. And like you said, cannot become one-dimensional no matter how small your line is compared to the opposing line.
Exactly. You know what? Bremen really knows all about turnovers, as they recorded 19 interceptions with 4 fumbles on the year. They have 250 yards total combined in return yards off of interceptions, and 3 touchdowns on the year from return picks. So this defense is going to be stingy, and they're going to be difficult to pass on. So that's why they have to get a good run of the mixed game to really slow down this Bremen defensive line and to get them biting on the play action to open up later in the game.
Prediction?
You know what? I'm going to go with this one. I believe it's going to be a kind of a medium scoring affair, but I'm predicting I'm going to go with the wild card here, and I'm going to take Manchester 24, Bremen 17.
Oh, wow, that would be a monumental upset that would send shockwaves across northern Indiana. I don't think it's going to be that. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I'll disagree with you on that. I'm going to stay steady with Bremen. I'll say Bremen, they're going to win this game. I'll say about 28-10. So it's going to be a game that I think Manchester will give Bremen fans maybe a tad bit of a scare at some point in the game, but I think overall Bremen will control the game, and I think Bremen's going to have a pretty solid win tonight. We'll be back here on BroadcastSport.net with the opening kickoff here between Bremen and Manchester in sectional play.
For technology that gives you the freedom to learn and play on the go, there's only one choice: Verizon. Get the new Droid X2 by Motorola. It packs a super-fast 1 GHz dual-core processor and a 4.3-inch QHD display. Plus, when you buy one for just $199.99, you'll get a second one free. Visit any Verizon store, vzw.com/back-to-school, or call 1-800-256-4646. Verizon. Requires new 2-year activation and data pack per phone. Early termination and other fees apply. Coverage details at VerizonWireless.com.
A crisp October evening. A stadium filled with fans. A pass through. A journey completed. State of euphoria? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Mapletronics Computers is the place to find great computers, great service, and really great people. Stop by their showroom located at 2116 West Wilden Avenue in Goshen and see what's new in home and office computing. Their friendly service team is there to help with all of your computer repairs, whether you need a tune-up or a complete format and reinstall. New computers, high-speed DSL, Verizon Air cards, they've got it all. Mapletronics is your hometown store for computers and more. Give them a call at 534-2830 or visit their website at www.mapletronics.com. Did you know that a comprehensive eye exam is an important part of your preventative health care since many eye and vision conditions present no obvious symptoms? A professional eye exam is also critical in the management of other medical conditions such as diabetes and high blood pressure. The doctors at Eye Care Associates of Michiana have the experience and technology to keep your family's eyes healthy and seeing well. They value thorough, personalized care and have become trusted members of their patients' healthcare team. With state-of-the-art offices in South Bend and New Carlisle, Eye Care Associates of Michiana offers convenient appointments. Their on-site optical center offers the biggest names in fashion eyewear and sunwear, and they offer the latest advancements in contact lens care as well as surgical options. Schedule an appointment with Doctors Offerly, Morton, or Robbins at Eye Care Associates of Michiana by calling 287-0890 and make a professional eye examination part of your family's annual health care routine.
Back here at Don Bungie Field, here in Bremen, as we are just moments away from kickoff between the Bremen Lions and the Manchester Squires. Alongside Josh Williams, I'm Kevin Kalija, as the Bremen players charge out onto the field, and players lock arms as we get ready for the playing of our national anthem. That is the playing of our national anthem, and as the fireworks come out, you can tell it's playoff atmosphere here at Bremen. And by the way, I don't know if this is proper etiquette, but you know what? I don't really care at this point. As during our break, I looked at our stats and I saw how much Bremen is averaging per game. I'm changing that prediction. I'm going to up the score a little bit. I'm going to give Bremen 34 points and Manchester 10.
Well, you know what? Every game is a new game, and that's why we have to play it. You can't just go by stats on paper. Otherwise, there'd be a lot of different outcomes of some games. But you know what? Again, this is just going to come down to good coaching and good physical play by both teams, and it should be a good matchup. I don't think. But Manchester, the one thing that Manchester does not want to do is they really don't want to give up the big play early on. They want to keep the momentum swinging on their side. They definitely cannot give up the big play early on in the game. And if it does, they got to respond back with good poise and the proper way to go do it.
Bremen won the coin toss. They will defer to the second half. Manchester, they will receive. And Bremen Lions, they are in their home green jerseys with the white helmets, green B, white numerals, black outline, green pants. Manchester, they are in their road white jerseys, black numbers, black pants, black helmets with the M on the helmet. And you can tell this is a packed crowd. This is exactly the atmosphere you want for a postseason game. I mean, from one end of the bleachers all the way to the other end is nothing but green and black. And that's exactly what sports is all about, being diehard fans that'll come out and brave the cold, chilly temperatures when you could be easily at home listening to us on broadcastsport.net. You got to give these fans a lot of credit.
And you know what? Being a player, nothing excites a guy more than when you have the home field on your side and the crowd just screaming. I mean, it gets the blood rushing. It is the craziest feeling I think I've ever felt in my life.
Lucas Slarb will kick off for the Lions. Back deep to receive for Manchester will be Preston Pedrod.
And this is the excitement we've been waiting for all season.
And this game is underway as the kick is fielded at the 19-yard line. And the returner gets it to the 26-yard line as that was Mazrik Schambarger on the return.
All right, here we go. We're going to see Logan Brown lead this Manchester Squire offense to the field here to see what he can do. And this first drive here is really going to set the tempo of the game and how they're going to act.
Typically, first series of the game, both teams kind of use that to feel each other out. You say that Brun has got the confidence to go ahead and start as the officials signal an official timeout.
Probably waiting for the chains to get all set up before the snap is gone.
And now the play clock has resumed as the Squires come out in an I formation.
Watch that blitzing linebacker, number 8.
As Brun hands it off, and it looks like Schambarger advances the ball about 2 yards on the play.
And that's really what they got to do. They got to take what they can get and not be too greedy with the defense. They really have got to pound the ball up the middle for this one, and this is how they're going to do it. And eventually that play action is going to open up for these guys, and they're going to get some decent gains out of it.
2nd and 8 now for the Squires. I formation yet again. Brun hands it off as it's Schambarger on the carry, and he gets up to the 31-yard line.
And you know what? That was a good job by their defensive line of Bremen. They really closed the gaps up. Not a lot of room there as he only gained 1 yard on the play. Check that, 3 yards on the play.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Squires. As they come out with I formation, 3 wide, twins to the far side.
Watch the pass on here. It looks like they're going to drop back.
Bremen's showing a blitz. Man in motion.
There
it's
they
a
go.
bubble screen.
Oh,
and it's a backward lateral to Pedron. And he drops the ball, fumbled it out of bounds, and the ball will be spotted at the 31-yard line. And that's going to bring up 4th and long.
And you know what? That's a play they really want to have back. You know what? They had him out with room to go. They just couldn't capitalize on that. And, you know, they had Schemberger out there. He's really got to reel that one in and have better concentration on that. You definitely can't let that get away from you.
So Jacob Casper will be out to punt for the Squires, and back deep to receive for the Lions will be Sean Nepper. Sorry, check that. It'll be Derek Self.
Ooh, what a move he just put on that guy.
And Self carrying defenders all the way out to the 43-yard line in Squire territory.
And that's a good job. Now they got the ball within good field position. They got to capitalize. They got the ball on the other side of the 50-yard line, and this is where they're going to start the drive of this first sectional game. And you're thinking points. You want to put points up some way. They're not big into kicking field goals, so I think if they're not comfortable with it, if that's all they can take, I just don't think they're going to go for any field goals here.
As Leaper comes out and leads this Lion offense as it's a screen out to Nepper. Nepper, he's got space. He's out to the 30, 20, 15, cuts back inside. He's got one man to beat, and he's down to the 5-yard line.
Wow.
And talk about excitement on that first play.
And you know what? The blocking assignments there were complete. Everyone did their job and really carried out their assignments to the fullest. And he really didn't have to do much but follow the blocks down the sideline.
Yes, he did. That's all he had to do was just follow the blocks. As Bremen breaks their huddle, they come out to the 5-yard line where the ball is set. As they come out with a wishbone formation. Leaper, dangerous quarterback, hands it off to the fullback, Nepper, and he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
And this is what I was talking about with this Manchester defensive line. I just think they're going to come real fired up on the defense here. The defensive line has to do a good job at containing. They play a 3-4 here, so it's going to be hard to contain this option offense with only 3 down linemen.
So a second and goal for the Lions at the 5-yard line. Wishbone formation. As it's a fake. It's a play act.
Wow.
Fake throw over to the middle. And it's caught in the end zone as it is Braden Bauman.
And that was a nice job. The quarterback did a good job of selling the dive fake and then just released it over the middle to a wide open
Ryan Zelmer on the reception, by the way. Sorry about that.
Ryan Zelmer. He did a good job at faking it, and you know what? They faked it to the fullback and found the tailback wide open in the back of the end zone for their 19th passing touchdown of the season. Snaps good, kicks up, and it's good.
So with that, the Bremen Lions strike early and very quickly. They're up on the Manchester Squires 7-0 early here in the first quarter at Don Bungie Field on BroadcastSport.net.
Since 1956, John A. Sibyl & Company has been helping their clients protect their financial interest. John A. Sibyl & Company gives friendly advice and helps you make the choices you want to make with your money. John A. Sibyl & Company is a member of the Chicago Stock Exchange. For more information on how you can protect your money, give John A. Sibyl & Company a call at 574-232-4854 or see them at 202 South Michigan Street, Suite 824 in South Bend.
Back here at Don Bungie Field on BroadcastSport.net, the Bremen Lions strike early and very quickly. It is a score of 7-0 as they lead the Manchester Squires. And it's ready for kickoff, and this kickoff is underway. Fielded by Pedrod at the 5. Pedrod up the middle, gets a block, and he's finally brought down around the 26 or 27-yard line.
And now the important thing for Manchester here, as they come back onto the field after that last scoring drive by the Bremen Lions, is they gotta install some confidence in the offense. They went 3 and out on a backwards lateral pass that went out of bounds around the 25-yard line, but they got to do a better job at keeping the consistency and just keep pounding away the ball here.
So an I formation as it's a handoff. Pedrod, and he carries the ball and gets back maybe to the line of scrimmage.
That's just a good job by the linebackers there, really flowing towards the play. They got a good sense of recognition, and they're going to play outstanding tonight.
9:07 to play here in the first quarter. Our score, Bremen 7, Manchester 0. 2nd and 10 from the 27-yard line. High formation, twins to the near side. Blitzing linebacker from Bremen. Brunn steps back, throws it, and an incomplete pass as it was intended for Woodward on that play. It was a slant pattern.
And you know what? He had him there. He had him for a second, just underthrew that ball. He's really got to step up. I think it's just the nerves, the game time nerves here. That's his first actual roll, pass down the field. He's just got to be more confident in himself and really step into the throw.
So the Squires looking to regroup on this 3rd and long play. An I formation, 3 wide, twins to the near side. Brunn hands it off, and it's...
And you know what, to me, that's just kind of a bonehead play right there to do on a 3rd and long situation. I wouldn't recommend, doing a fake and actually it's more of a power pass, a power to the right side there. I wouldn't recommend that on a 3rd and long. I mean, they just shot themselves in the foot.
Well,
I mean, you gotta think. With the way they've been going against the run here, why would you try to do that? You haven't had success yet with it, so why try to do it on a 3rd and long situation? I just think that was a key drive that they're going to want back.
And this punt's underway as Ben Hillel fields it.
The guy in motion again.
And Leeper drops back, stands the field, under pressure, decides to tuck it and run. He's out to the near side, is out to the 45, stays in bounds, and finally brought down at the 40-yard line.
And what a good play by a versatile quarterback right there. He had the ability to recognize that the play broke down and that he was able to make an outstanding improvised play as he picks up another first down here for these Lions.
So 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line in Manchester territory, as the Lions have been very much on the roll this evening so far. And Leeper will come to the line of scrimmage with twins to the far side, double tight end. It's a toss pitch out to Nepper. Nepper on the far side. He's at the 35 before finally being brought down by Logan Brunn, the quarterback of the Squires.
And here's where they got to get that stop. They need to make a stop right here. They got 2nd and 7 on the 35-yard line. They really need to get a stop here and try to force a field goal to minimize the lead to maybe only 10-0. But they definitely don't want this game going into a 2-possession touchdown game early on in the first quarter here.
So 2nd and 7 from the 30-yard line, or 35-yard line rather. Twins to the near side.
Look at the coverage on number 5 there.
Man in motion. Leeper drops back, looking near side, throws for the jugular. That pass, it is caught.
Wow!
For a touchdown by Sean Nepper.
And again, you know what? That was a great play, perfect position on the ball, and you got to credit a lot of that to the quarterback for putting that perfectly in the back of the end zone. You couldn't ask for a better ball out of your quarterback. Well thrown ball and a good catch there on that one.
Very good catch. Just nice placement on that throw. I mean, you couldn't have asked for much better. I mean, it was one-on-one coverage. The receiver, Nepper, had the defender beat. And, you know what? Beautiful. I mean, you couldn't have asked for much better in the corner of that end zone.
And you know what? Those are the quarterback's best passes to throw. He loves the corner routes. I mean, I know I do.
That's a bad snap.
Bad snap.
Picked up. It loses the ball, and Ben Huney falls on it at the 26-yard line, so the extra point is failed, and our score, Bremen 13, Manchester 0, here on BroadcastSport.net. Hey, it's spring, and now couldn't be a better time to visit the fine folks of Kaywood Products, located on South Bend's west side. Family owned for 54 years, Kaywood Products specializes in quality building materials for all of your home improvement needs. No job is too big or too small. Need a new window, door, kitchen, or bath? We install. So visit us at 25785 State Road 2 or give us a call at 574-287-4262.
Did you know that a comprehensive eye exam...
Back here on BroadcastSport.net at Don Bungie Field alongside Josh Williams. I'm Kevin Kalesia as we get set for kickoff. Bremen just went up on Manchester 13-0 as Pedrod fields it at the 12-yard line. He's up the middle and finally brought down at the 29-yard line. So the Squires will get another crack at this Bremen Lion defense.
And you know what? I'm really hoping they start leaning more on the passing game here. They're not having a lot of success with the running game. They're getting minimal yards on the rushing attempts and not really getting a lot of stability out of this offense. So I kind of look to see them pass the ball a little more on this drive here to get some kind of rhythm going with this offense.
So an I formation, twins to the near side, 3 wide. As Logan Brunn drops back, throws it. That pass nearly intercepted. It was intended for Olinger. And I'm not sure what Brunn saw on that play.
And you know, that's just a bad read. He should have saw that linebacker was dropping out in the coverage. It looked like he had a zone coverage on that one. He's got to do a better job at making good reads there. That was just not a good ball that you want to put there. Easily could have been a pick six.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. As Bremen showing a blitz. Brunn hands it off. No, he keeps it on the quarterback keeper. And he's brought down in the backfield. Loss of 1 on the play.
And he really should have gave up that ball. Again, you know what? That's another bad read on another bad play. If he gives that off there, that linebacker kind of trailed outside into his zone coverage. Didn't really mind the pitch there. But then those defensive ends, 2 of them, the linebacker and the defensive end, came crashing down.
So a 3rd and long situation for the Squires. Brunn drops back, looking far side, throws the long ball, and it's incomplete as it was intended for Derek Self on the play. And that's going to bring a punting situation yet again for the Squires. They have to be frustrated at this point.
They got to find out what's going to work for them in this game. And it's early off enough right now where they can still try to figure it out. But the time is of the essence. They've already left 13 points on the board without them picking up, I believe it is, a single first down in the game yet. They definitely have to find a rhythm fast and look for the quarterback, Logan Brunn, to be that guy to find the rhythm.
And so Ben Huney will be back deep to receive for the Bremen Lions. And it's a good snap and a line drive punt down the middle of the field. And Ben Huney's going to let the ball roll to the 27-yard line. And that's going to be where the Lions will take over on offense here on BroadcastSport.net.
You know, we saw a good play out of Nate Leeper on that last drive. Fantastic pass into the corner for a touchdown. It was good. I liked the poise that he had there. It really showed that, he can be the guy to, really get the ball, and that's the reason why they're 10-0 right now.
5:11 to play in the opening quarter here at Don Bungie Field in Bremen. Man in motion as Leeper hands it off, and it's Nepper on the carry. He gets up the field for about a pickup of 2 on the play.
Well, the good thing about that long touchdown pass that they just threw on that last drive is that they got the defense focused in on the pass. Now's a good time to run the ball up the middle and kind of catch them off guard in their zone, the cover 2 zones that they have playing right now. But it looks like they're only going to drop 1 safety back into a zone coverage with the 4-3 defense coming.
So the Lions break their huddle and they come out with twins to the far side, double tight end set. Nepper in the backfield. Leeper, play action, looking long, far side, throws it. That pass is caught at the 35-yard line, and it's Sean Nepper on the reception, and he is the guy who scored the second touchdown of the game.
You know what? Nepper's having a good game right now. A great job by Nate Leeper to get that ball out on time. He saw he had a guy out in the flats, And the flats are where you're going to find the most dangerous because you catch those guys in a cover 2 coverage, and that corner is going to bail out there. So it leaves the flats wide open, and they found it. It's kind of a shame that they're going to be neglected on this play because of the penalty.
Yes, it is. So that's going to put the Lions in a 2nd and 5 situation at their 32-yard line.
Expected to see Nate Leeper kind of rely on the play action here on this one.
Leeper with double tight end set, twins to the near side. Leeper looking near side, throws the long ball. That pass incomplete as it was intended for Sean Nepper on the play. Incomplete at the 40-yard line in Manchester territory.
And good defense by that cornerback there to get in between them and break that ball up. If Leeper puts a little more under that ball, he's got a guy and he burns that corner, but it was kind of a little bit underthrown, and the cornerback made a good play on that one.
So for the first time tonight, the Bremen Lions come out in a 3rd down situation. Manchester has to feel some kind of confidence holding Bremen to a 3rd down situation right now as Leeper comes out, I formation, twins to the near side. Leeper, play action, looking near side, throws to the flat. That pass incomplete as it was intended for the running back, Nipper, on the play. And that's going to bring up the punting team, and Manchester has to build off of that. I mean, you finally stop Bremen for the first time tonight, and you're going to get the ball back with good field position at that. So you have to make something out of this series.
You know what? This is what they wanted. They wanted to get the defense to get a couple 3-and-outs here. Especially, they don't want to let the score get out of hand right now. It's only 13-0, so they have a chance to come back. Now they just need to find the rhythm on offense. They're getting good play out of the defense on this drive. But the key thing here is keeping those two-way players, hydrated and ready to go for any drive.
And Bremen's going to take their first time out of the game. And Community Business Equipment of Bremen and Napanee is a local business providing jobs and supporting nonprofit organization in our area. They live, shop, work, and play locally, supporting local business along beside you for the belief of our community. Community Business Equipment will offer you everyday low prices on office supplies, furniture, equipment, janitorial, and break room supplies, along with specialty items such as rubber stamps, signs, custom forms, and much, much more. Their factory-trained service department offers service on all kinds of office equipment, from a small desktop calculator to your 80-page per minute copy machine and everything in between. Stop by in Bremen or Napanee and visit their website at www.communitybusinessequipment.com.
Well, Hi-Ho Silver looks like so much for the punting unit. The offense is going to stay out on the field.
And Preston Penrod, the returner on that play, recognizes that he comes up to play safety. Leeper, toss pitch out to the near side. It's Nepper on the carry. He's out. He breaks the corner. He's out to the 40 before finally being brought down at the 42, and that's good enough for the first down.
And that's going to be the biggest game changer in this game right now. That 4th and 5 that they just picked up really swayed the momentum back onto their side. Not to mention their 13-0 lead here, but the fact that they got the first down on that 4th and 5, they did a good job getting to the outside and really sealing off those linebackers and safety there. Again, and now the result is 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line.
Leeper, I formation. Leeper hands it off. It's Zelmer on the carry, and he breaks it out to the 46-yard line.
And these guys are potent on offense. Let me tell you, they have 1,400 yards already on the season in passing yardage and 2,680 rushing yards. So these guys are pretty high-powered. They're averaging 41.2 points a game, and nothing's really going to stop these guys right now. They just seem to be bullying them out there.
They are. I mean, they clearly have an advantage size-wise, speed-wise, and strength-wise. As Leeper toss pitch out to Zelmer on the far side. Zelmer across midfield. He's out to the 40 and breaks it into the 35-yard line before being pushed out of bounds.
And you know what? They're getting a great amount of success with the outside game here, definitely the corners are ill-advised to the running game, and the pitcher is going to be the perfect play for these guys to keep the ball moving down the field. Manchester's really got to, switch up their coverage here and maybe go to like a 7-box set. They got to put at least 7 guys in the box, and the corner has definitely got to play some better play from that.
So an I formation yet again. Leaper, play action, looking downfield, near side. That pass incomplete. What a great effort there by John Woodward of the Manchester Squires to break up that what would have been a touchdown pass.
And you know what? He had great position on the ball to get a hand up there and deflect that ball. Maybe he could have got 2 hands up there to pick that off. We're talking about a different story and some momentum on your side, but they'll settle for a 2nd and 10.
Yes, they will. When you can convert 4th and 5, 2nd and 10 is like, who cares,
Well, hey, that just means they have 3 more downs to work with. Well, 2 more after this, but.
So, shotgun for the first time tonight for the Lions. Leaper looking downfield, scans the field. It's got the pressure. It makes the reception by number 5, Ben Huni.
And that was real close to being a sack on that play. He didn't see the guy coming from the blind side in the back of him, but that linebacker was coming down, and he got rid of it right at the right time. If he would have waited 1 more second, we're talking about a possible sack fumble here.
Yeah, we are. And I apologize for mispronunciation and butchering of Ben's last name. I know Ben has a relation listening to the game right now. If you wouldn't mind commenting a pronunciation of the last name, I'd really appreciate it. So just apologizing for that, as it's a split backfield, and it's a great fake, and it's caught by Nepper out to the far side and breaks the corner. Touchdown. And that was a great catch there.
And you know what? Good concentration to really reel that one in. He tipped it off to himself and still had the concentration to go under it and catch it and then scoop and score. A great job of getting to the pylon, and he did a Superman dive and just sneaked that one in there.
So Bremen goes up 19-0 on Manchester with the PAT pending right here. Remember last time there was a bobbled snap and bad hold. So
surprised right now that they're not going for 2 in this situation. Not to mention that they are 2 for 2 when they pass on the for 2-point conversion here.
This time a good snap, and it's a bad kick.
Definitely. This is going to hurt them. Because that's 2 points that they could have had up on the board by now, and now they're settling for 19.
So, our score here with just 1:53 to play in the first quarter. Bremen 19, Manchester 0 on BroadcastSport.net.
Aren't you getting tired of waiting on the internet? www should not stand for worldwide wait. 4way.net offers wireless broadband internet service with nearly 50 towers throughout St. Joseph, Southern Elkhart, Marshall, Kosciuszko, and Fulton counties. Now you too can surf the web like your friends for as little as $49 per month. 4way can deliver the internet at speeds of up to 3 megabytes per second and beyond. Contact 4way.net at 574-277-7720 for an up-to-date status for your area. If you are in an area that you feel may benefit from their service, let them know. Visit their website at www.4way.net. Walters Auto Sales.
Hey, it's back here on BroadcastSport.net at Don Bungie Field. Kickoff for the Bremen Lions as they kick it. Line drive down the middle of the field, fielded by Schembargler. He drops down at the 29-yard line. Slipped on that play a little bit.
And you know what? Even if he didn't slip and purposely meant to go down there, that's probably the safest call. You already got good field position placed at the 29-yard line. Why risk the fumble? They don't have the best special teams unit coming into this game, so it kind of makes sense to take the conservative approach on that one.
Squires looking to get something going on this series. They trail 19-0. An I formation as Logan Brunn pitches it out to Pedrod, and Pedrod is dropped in the backfield. Loss of a few on the play.
You know, I just don't think that they're going to get success out of this running game, especially with the pitching to the outside. The linebackers have too good of containment to really let the pitching go. They got to look to another alternative here to get success and a rhythm out of this offense.
So a 2nd and 11 play coming from the Squires. Bremen showing a blitz. I formation. Brunn hands it off. And it's Pedrod on the carry. He turns his feet up to the field to the 36-yard line. And that's going to put him in a 3rd and, I would say, manageable situation considering the 3rd and long situations they've had all night thus far.
Oh, no doubt about that. And you know what? I wouldn't be too surprised if they went back to the slant play that they had a few series ago where he dropped the ball. We're going to have to see how this one plays out, but I wouldn't be too surprised. Looks like Bremen is going to play a tight coverage here, but they're going to send the
quarterback keeper on that play, and Brunn,
wow.
His line keeps turning, and they may have the first down. It looks as they do as the linesman is spotting the ball around the 40-yard line.
And you know, that's a good play by Logan Brunn, really doing it himself and pushing up the middle to get positive yards, even after he should have been well stopped. But he kept his feet moving and kept on driving and did a real good job of that.
And the Squires get their first down of the evening. So they'll come out, I formation, 3 wide, twins to the near side. Bremen showing a blitz. And Brunn hands it off. The ball comes loose.
What a hit that guy got. What a hit. Not too much you can say about that one. Definitely nothing doing on that play. That was completely shut down from the moment he said go.
Did you see who took the timeout on that play?
No, that's end of the quarter here.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I couldn't see the scoreboard from over at my angle. But, all right, at the end of one, our score, Bremen 19, Manchester 0 on BroadcastSport.net.
Did you know that a comprehensive eye exam is an important part of your preventative health care since many eye and vision conditions present no obvious symptoms? A professional eye exam is also critical in the management of other medical conditions such as diabetes and high blood pressure. The doctors at Eye Care Associates of Michiana have the experience and technology to keep your family's eyes healthy and seeing well. They value thorough, personalized care and have become trusted members of their patients' health care team. With state-of-the-art offices in South Bend and New Carlisle, Eye Care Associates of Michiana offers convenient appointments. Their on-site optical center offers the biggest names in fashion eyewear and sunwear, and they offer the latest advancements in contact lens care as well as surgical options. Schedule an appointment with Doctors Offerly, Morton, or Robbins at Eye Care Associates of Michiana by calling 287-0890 and make a professional eye examination part of your family's annual health care routine.
Both switch sides of the field as we turn to the second quarter here at Don Bungie Field. Alongside Josh Williams, I'm Kevin Kalisha as Squires facing a 2nd and long. Brunn, Logan throws the ball. That pass incomplete as it was intended for Woodward.
And you know, he had something going up the middle with that streak. That was a good cover 2 beater to get them in the open space. Logan just put a little too much on that ball, and that's one he really wished he could have back because that could have been a huge completion for this Manchester team that's looking for any type of rhythm and kind of success they can get with the offense.
So the Squires will face the 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come out in I formation with a wingback. Brunn hands it off. No, Brunn keeps it on the quarterback keeper, and he gets himself up to the 48-yard line, but that's going to be short of the first down.
You know, I wouldn't be too surprised here to see them go for it. They're close enough right now, 4th and 2. With the way that, Logan Brunn has been working on these option plays, I wouldn't be too surprised if they went back to the option to see if he could sneak it up the middle.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen here. They're at midfield. It's definitely not a bad situation to try a fourth down play, and they're going to go for it on fourth as they come out 3 wide, I formation, twins to the far side.
Here we go.
Play action looking, throws it, that pass, incomplete to the far side as it just was over Olinger's head, and you got to be frustrated. I know you're frustrated. You're a quarterback. Tell us what happened on that play.
You know what? He saw the play. It worked perfectly. It worked to just what they wanted. They had the play action to the right side of the field to get the guy open in the flat, and you know what? He had him open, Evan Olinger, for a little bit. Just overthrew him, got too overconfident in that throw, and that's the one he's going to be thinking about for a long time, especially if that really was a game changer there, because he had him open the first down.
So Leeper hands it off, and it's Nepper on the carry. He gets himself to the 47-yard line. And that's the pickup of 1 on the play.
You know what? We're starting to see some resiliency out of this Manchester defense, and that's something we've needed to see them step up. Because if the offense is not clicking, you're definitely going to have to need your defense to keep the score down. But they've already scored 3 times in this game in the opening quarter.
Second and long for the Lions. I formation. Leeper gets the snap, hands it off to Zelmer. Zelmer works his way up to the 42-yard line, and that's going to put him in a third and manageable situation considering the explosiveness of this offense.
And you know what? That was a good chunk of yards that they just picked up on that second down, and they're going to get to 3rd and 4 here. I expected seeing them try to run the ball, maybe work out the play action a little bit, but I wouldn't be too surprised to see Nate Leeper use his ability to be elusive and pick up the first down on his own.
This is a pitch out, and Zelmer drops the ball. It's on the ground. Did he fall back on it? We'll see. The officials are going to say he did, and that's going to put him in a 4th and 10 situation.
Well, I don't think you're going to be seeing this Lions team come out and try to go for it here on this 4th and long. I just think they have too much right now. 19-0, no sense of going for it. Why not try to pin them deep and see what you can make?
Quick second quarter score out of Freed Field. The Penn Kingsmen lead the Memorial Chargers of Elkhart 24-7. St. Joe Indians lead Culver Academy 7-3 in the second quarter. That game is taking place in Culver. And now we have a timeout by the Bremen Lions. That's their second timeout of the first half. We'll take a quick timeout here on BroadcastSport.net. Our score, Bremen 19, Manchester 0 at the 9:19 mark here on BroadcastSport.net.
Did you know that a comprehensive Mapletronics Computers is the place to find great computers, great service, and really great people? Stop by their showroom located at 2116 West Wilden Avenue in Goshen and see what's new in home and office computing. Their friendly service team is there to help with all of your computer repairs, whether you need a tune-up or a complete format and reinstall. New computers, high-speed DSL, Verizon Air cards, they've got it all. Mapletronics is your hometown store for computers and more. Give them a call at 534-2830 or visit their website at www.mapletronics.com.
4th and long play coming from Leeper and the Bremen Lions. Play action looking near side. That pass, it is caught at the 35-yard line as that was...
And you know what? I really believe that Manchester's got to do a better job, maybe playing some man coverage, because they let that guy get into the open space, and Nate Leeper did a good job of finding Ethan Pike wide open on the sideline around near the 30-yard line.
So that's going to give new life to this Lions offense that was looking in a 4th and long situation, and they'll have a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line, and they'll come out with a split backfield, a man in motion. Leeper fakes the pitch, hands it off to Zelmer. Zelmer up the middle. He's out at the 30, 20, 15, and finally brought down at the 12-yard line.
And that man's going to be playing college ball someday. He's got great moves. He's got the speed, the after boost, and he's got the ability to get into the open space and really get some good chunks of yards out of there. And you know what? A running back like that is a quarterback's best friend.
Yes, it is, and you would know.
Well, believe me, I loved it when I had games where I can get my running back getting huge chunks of yards at a time. Made my job easier.
Yeah. So Leaper comes out, wishbone formation. Leaper hands it off to Zelmer. Zelmer met at the line of scrimmage, stonewalled, that is, and he picks up nothing on that play and gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. If they can hold these guys, get a stop here coming up in this drive. They're on the 12-yard line. They try to put the game and the field goals, or not the game, but this play and this drive series in the kicker's hands here. I think they can get the ball back fairly quickly. We haven't seen any really good attempts out of this kicker tonight.
2nd and 10 from the 12-yard line. Clock down to 7:50 to play as it's a play action. Leaper looking near side. That pass caught by Hubbard at the 6-yard line. And that's going to...
And that was a nice job to find, to really get that ball in the face, or out in the space and find Hubbard wide open on that flat route again. And again, we're going to hear it time and time that Leaper is going to have the best success with the play action and really rolling out to see, to find those guys open in the flat routes, because Manchester's showing nothing to stop these guys.
They definitely aren't. As the clock is down to 7, as Leaper decides to keep it and run up the middle. And he's brought down at the, looks like the 1-foot line. We'll see where the officials spot the ball.
And you know what? Leaper's just doing what he does best on that one. Really keeping a good sense of awareness, where the first down is and where he has to go to get the chains moved. And that's what you want in a good quarterback. The only thing that was a problem for him is his size. But as apparently tonight, that is not a big deal on this guy. He's completing in all 3 phases. He's doing a good job moving the ball down the field, both on his legs and arm.
Wishbone formation. Leaper hands it off to Zelmer, and Zelmer broke the plane for the touchdown.
And you know what? After that score, Manchester's got to be wondering what they can do to get back in this ball game, because right now they're not even going out and competing. Bremen's offense is just steamrolling this defense, chopping away with the pass and runs for a big gain. They have to do something to minimize this and really try to get the momentum back on their side, which is seemingly to be coming way out of reach for these guys.
Lucas Schlarb will come out to kick the point after. They've had trouble the last 2 attempts. We'll see what happens here. It's a high snap, but it's a good hold, and the kick is up, and that is also good. So the Bremen Lions get in the end zone, and they get their PATs back between the uprights. Our score, Bremen 26, Manchester 0 on BroadcastSport.net.
Service One Professional Group of Elkhart provides complete electrical and mechanical services to industrial, commercial, and institutional clients throughout northern Indiana and southwest Michigan. Since 2005, their team has excelled at maintaining to perform their services with integrity and professionalism. This commitment has made them able to build and maintain solid relationships with their customers. With project scopes ranging from construction to technological advances, Service One Professional Group can complete the job from the design stage to the startup. To learn more about Service One Professional Group, call them at 574-522-5651 or visit their website at serviceonegroup.com.
Back here on BroadcastSport.net alongside Josh Williams, I'm Kevin Kalija, as the Manchester Squires are getting ready to get the ball back. And there's a change downfield for the returner, as it's muffed by number 34 of the Squires. He fields it and finally works his way up to the 30-yard line, as that was Jacob Casper on the return.
And they're going to get some good field position out around the 30-yard line here. The key for Manchester now is finding some way to get some type of points up on the board and fast. They want to try to get at least a touchdown on the board before this second quarter comes to an end here.
An I formation. Bremen showing a blitz. And we have a flag as the left tackle jumped for the Squires. And that's going to be a false start. Guilty party of the Squires was Cole Sellers, as he jumped forward, and that was what triggered the false start.
And you know what? These guys are really shooting themselves in the foot with the penalties here and the incomplete pass and overthrown receivers. They're doing themselves in right here.
Brunn hands it off as Pedrod on the carry. He works himself up to the 26-yard line, trying to dig out of a 1st and 15 hole and a 26-0 hole here in the middle of the second quarter. Our score, Bremen 26, Manchester 0 with 6 minutes to play in the first half. 2nd and 15 for the Squires, coming up from their own 25-yard line. I formation, 3 wide, twins to the near side. Bremen showing a blitz. Brunn drops back, throws it. That pass incomplete as it was intended for Woodward at the 30-yard line. And that's going to bring up 3rd and very long.
And again, you look at his manner right now. You just look at his body language. Logan Brunn looks a little fatigued and a little not confused, but a little frustrated that he's not having a good ball tonight. He's not having really much of a spiral here. He's overshooting receivers. He's frustrated with himself, and he needs to take this halftime to calm down and really remember where he's at and what's on the line here.
Bremen dialing up the blitz as Brunn gets it off. As
Good
it's a
screen
play
pass
out to number 33, Gunnar Ream. And Ream gets back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit more, but that's still not good enough for a first down, and that's going to bring out the punting team.
And that's definitely one they want to have back there. Again, they had good blocking set up the field. Just a couple slipped in there, and we'll see. Wouldn't be too surprised to see them going on another 4th down. The score is already out of reach. They got to start thinking that, hey, we got to start getting points up there.
Ben Huney back deep to receive for the Bremen Lions. Manchester, low snap. Nice high flying ball. And it's fielded at the 39. Out to the far side, cuts back in field, and dropped at the 40-yard line. So a pickup of 1 on that punt return, and the Lions come back out for another series.
We'll talk a little bit about the demeanor that Bremen has right now. Their swagger right now is that they can't be stopped, and rightfully they should have that because right now nobody can stop these guys. The defense of Manchester has yet to yield this offense into only they don't even have punted yet, have they?
No, they haven't. They went for it on a 4th and 5, and they converted, remember?
And went on a 4th and 10, too. They converted both of those.
So 4 wide for the Lions. Leaper looking, far side, throws it. That pass caught by Huppert at the 45. He carries defenders out to the 48-yard line, and that's a pickup of about 8 on the play.
And that was a good read by Nate Leaper. Seeing the hitch on the outside, he saw that the corner was playing a really soft coverage, playing about 7 to 8 yards off the ball from him, and just found him wide open on that hitch, and to get some good minimal yards. Not much after the catch, but hey, they're close enough to the sticks right now.
So bring up 2nd and 2 for the Lions. Shotgun formation, 4 wide. Leaper looks near side, throws it. That pass, it is caught by Sean Nepper, and he works himself up to the 42-yard line in Squire territory.
And we're looking at this right now. And again, going back to what I said before the previous play there, again, he's finding Leaper is making the appropriate reads on this appropriate defense. He's taking what the defense is giving him. He's not asking for much more. If it comes open deep, he takes it. But where it's coming open is on the corners and the outside receivers positions here.
1st and 10 now for the Lions. 4 wide. Leaper scans the defense, gets the snap, looking far side. Good protection, throws it. That pass incomplete as it was intended for Sean Nepper at the 15-yard line. And Nepper should have had that reception. He knows it. Leaper knows it. But the important thing is it's only 2nd down now.
And you know what? That was good job and good patience by Leaper to stay in the pocket, move his feet, shuffle around, and find an open receiver downfield. It's just too bad he couldn't reel that one in. Sean Nepper on the drop pass there.
And Leaper had great protection on that play. I mean, there was not a defensive player in that pocket for a good 5 to 10 seconds. Leaper drops back, throws the screen out to Nepper.
State of euphoria? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
I'm sure that being a Clay Colonial yourself, you enjoy hearing the Notre Dame Victory March, or in your case, the Clay Colonial Victory March.
You know, you love hearing that after a scoring drive. Nothing gets you a little more hype than hearing your own, alma mater anthem.
Casper fields it at the 20-yard line, breaks it up the middle. He's out to the 44-yard line before finally being brought down.
And, a good job at bringing that one up. Derek Self on the play, a good job at bringing that out to around the 35-yard line, as they're going to set up shop with a great field position on their first drive here. Not their first.
Their first play of the series. It's all right. As they come out, I formation, 3 wide, twins in the near side. Bremen showing a blitz. Brunn drops back, hands it off on the draw
Good
play.
Patience.
And it was.
There we go. We saw that one develop perfectly for good job by Logan Brunn to really sell that fake like he was going to pass it. And then a nice job by Preston Barnard right there to get that ball up the middle and to get another first down for this Manchester offense.
Yes, it was a great draw play there, and executed very well.
Oh, yeah, he had me fooled the old time. I thought he was going to pass the ball. A quick give right there, and boom, they got themselves a first down and set up shop on the opponent's 44-yard line.
So 1st and 10 for the Squires. I formation, 3 wide. Brunn hands it off to Gunnar Ream. Gunnar Ream, lucky to get a yard on the play.
And see, this is where they're really going to have to mix it up. They have the Bremen Lions thinking about the pass now after those 2 long pass plays. They gotta get the ball out in the space with Brunn passing the ball. He's just got to come up now, and he's really got to calm down and get the composure in himself and the belief that he can make the throws, any throw he wants to make on the field. Without that confidence, a quarterback's no good.
I formation, 3 wide, twins to the near side. As it's a good handoff to the fullback on the play, as he works his way up to the 41-yard line. Let's take a quick scoreboard look as at the half. South Bend St. Joe leads Culver Academy 7-3. Another score, Jimtown leading Lakeland 7-0 in the first quarter. Mishawaka leading the Wildcats of Riley 22-0. That's a first quarter score. Lewis Cass 7, Rochester 0 in the second quarter. And back here at Don Bungie Field, Brunn under pressure. He's sacked at the 50-yard line on the play-action bootleg.
And, that was a bad time to call the play-action pass. Brunn should have known that seeing those 2 linebackers kind of sneak up and fill the gaps, he should have checked out or maybe even call a timeout. But instead, they lose about 7 to 8 yards on the play, and a 4th and 15 comes up here.
As we're into the final 44 seconds of the first half here on BroadcastSport.net. 4th down play coming. Play clock down to 17 seconds. So there's a good differential of about 20 seconds from the play clock to the game clock. So there will have to be a punt on this play. And it looks like the Squires are going to wait till the clock gets down to about 1 second on the play clock. And there you are. So they're going to call a timeout. They want to leave Bremen with as little time as possible. And the Squires call their first timeout of the first half.
And, it looks like they're going to get the ball back with a little under 15 seconds left to go. A little over 10 at the most. Wouldn't be too surprised here to see them just take the knee and go into halftime with a 30-3 lead here in Bremen.
Community Business Equipment of Bremen and Napanee is a local business providing jobs and supporting nonprofit organization in our area. They live, shop, work, and play locally, supporting local business alongside you for the benefit of our community. Community Business Equipment will offer you everyday low prices on office supplies, furniture equipment, janitorial, and break room supplies, along with specialty items such as rubber stamps, signs, custom forms, and much more. Stop by in Bremen or Napanee and visit their website at www.communitybusinessequipment.com. As it's a fake on the punt, and Pike will keep it, and he gets pushed out at the 46-yard line.
And, that's not a bad play to try something right now. Nothing's going to hurt here to see a fake punt. You kind of had to think that Bremen kind of saw it coming as they responded rather quickly to that fake punt.
Lions will come out with a 1st and 10 at their 45-yard line with 18 ticks to work with and 1 timeout in their back pocket. They lead the Manchester Squires 33-0, and we'll see whether or not Bremen takes a conservative approach or if they decide to go for it. And they're going to just kneel it and go to halftime with a 33-0 lead.
That's a good call there. You know what? They already got the lead. No sense of trying to do anything silly here or to run up the scoreboard. They're really going to just try to milk this game and really play a game of clock possession as they come into the second half with a large lopsided lead.
So that ends the first half of play here at Don Bungie Field. Alongside Josh Williams, I'm Kevin Kalisha, and it's halftime. Our score, Bremen 33, Manchester 0.
Service One Professional Group of Elkhart provides complete electrical and mechanical services to industrial, commercial, and institutional clients throughout northern Indiana and southwest Michigan. Since 2005, their team has excelled at maintaining to perform their services with integrity and professionalism. This commitment has made them able to build and maintain solid relationships with their customers. With project scopes ranging from construction to technological advances, Service One Professional Group can complete the job from the design stage to the startup. To learn more about Service One Professional Group, call them at 574-522-5651 or visit their website at serviceonegroup.com.
For technology that gives you the freedom to learn and play on the go, there's only one choice: Verizon. Get the new Droid X2 by Motorola. It packs a super-fast 1 GHz dual-core processor and a 4.3-inch QHD display. Plus, when you buy one for just $199.99, you'll get a second one free. Visit any Verizon store, vcw.com/back-to-school, or call 1-800-256-4646. Verizon. Requires new 2-year activation and data pack per phone. Early termination and other fees apply. Coverage details at verizonwireless.com.
Very few things in life are as important as your eyes. It's critical that you trust them in professionals who have the experience, technology, and expertise to provide you and your family the best care possible. Eye Care Associates of Michiana provides you with a personalized eye and vision care to keep your eyes healthy and seeing clearly throughout your lifetime. With state-of-the-art offices in South Bend and New Carlisle, Eye Care Associates of Michiana offers convenient appointments. Their on-site optical center offers the biggest names in fashion eyewear and sunwear, and they offer the latest advancements in contact lens care as well as surgical options. Schedule an appointment with Doctors Offerly, Morton, or Robbins at Eye Care Associates of Michiana by calling 287-0890 and make a professional eye examination part of your family's annual health care routine. Since 1956, John A. Sibyl & Company has been helping their clients protect their financial interests. John A. Sibyl & Company gives friendly advice and helps you make the choices you want to make with your money. John A. Sibyl & Company is a member of the Chicago Stock Exchange. For more information on how you can protect your money, give John A. Sibyl & Company a call at 574-232-4854 or see them at 202 South Michigan Street, Suite 824 in South Bend. Aren't you getting tired of waiting on the Internet? www should not stand for worldwide wait. 4way.net offers wireless broadband internet service with nearly 50 towers throughout St. Joseph, Southern Elkhart, Marshall, Kosciuszko, and Fulton counties. Now you too can surf the web like your friends for as little as $49 per month. 4way can deliver the internet at speeds of up to 3 megabytes per second and beyond. Contact 4way.net at 574-277-7720 for an up-to-date status for your area. If you are in an area that you feel may
halftime here at Don Bungie Field here in Bremen. Our score, Bremen 33, Manchester 0. Alongside Josh Williams, I'm Kevin Kalisha. And, well, it's certainly not pretty if you're a Squire right now.
And definitely not. You're still looking for ways for Manchester to show some life and, to show some kind of pride here. They're trying to look to get a little bit back.
Okay. Sorry about that. But you were saying?
The Manchester right now, they know the score is out of reach, a little bit out of reach for these guys, and they're just trying to show some pride, a sense of pride in their team, and to kind of just go out there and just compete. I mean, that's all that's left in these guys. So I wouldn't want to see them get down on themselves right now. They know that this is probably the last football, and to a lot of these seniors that got them there to this road here this year, it's got to be heartbreaking going into halftime, knowing that the score is definitely lopsided and heavily favoring the opposing team.
Bremen got the ball, they deferred. They started out with the ball middle of the first, or actually early in the first quarter. 9:31 mark in the first quarter, they scored with a Ryan Zelmer 5-yard touchdown reception. That put the Lions up on the Squires 7-0. Later on in the first quarter, 6:08 mark, leaper to Sean Nepper, a 38-yard touchdown pass, and the Lions go up 13-0. They missed the PAT as it was a bad snap and a bad hold. So at that point, it definitely wasn't looking good, but you could see some chinks in the Lion armor.
And that's the strong point that they got to point out here about them, is even though that they had a few kinks here, they still responded with great poise and a great resiliency on the offense. No matter what it was, whether it was the 4th and 10 that they went for or the 4th and 5 that they went for, they still showed a sense of resiliency and really answered the bell tonight for any questions that we're asking if these guys are for real or not. Well, definitely they're for real, and that's why they're undefeated for the exact purposes of what they've been doing tonight.
And at the 1:53 mark in the first quarter, Leaper connects with Nepper, the running back this time, for a touchdown pass, and the Lions still struggle with their PATs as they go up 19-0. And at that point, you could sense the route was on from the second score when they scored. But at that point, it just seemed like it was like a hot knife through butter.
Oh yeah.
Really, for lack of better terms, the Squires, obviously they are undersized right now. They are outmanned. They are not as quick as the Lions, but you have to give them a lot of credit. They have went for it on a couple 4th downs tonight. They fight with a lot of heart and passion. You can tell that. And you were saying about Logan Brunn, the quarterback. He had a lot of moxie to start out the game. It kind of fizzled out a little bit as we got ready to start the second quarter. What were some of your thoughts on that?
Well, Logan Brunn has got to be the center of this team right now. All the eyes are looking at him, and being a quarterback, your body language shows what's going on in the game. If you come out in the second half and you come out with a manner that says "I don't care," well, your team's going to respond that way, and they're not going to get much play out of these guys. But the one thing that Logan Brunn really has to do is he's got to go out there and play. He can't think about the throws too much, and that's what he's doing. The reason why he's throwing a couple of those bad throws that have been overthrown or in the ground is that he's overthinking the throw. If he goes out there and let his mechanics do the talking for him and just go play football, he'll be fine. But he's just got to relax and take the time to let the play develop. Not be so quick to rush the gun there, and he'll be all right.
In the first quarter, Bremen outscored Manchester 19-0. As we move to the second quarter, Zelmer had a 1-yard touchdown run at the 6:36 mark. That put the Bremen Lions up 26-0. And then the final score of the second quarter, as Nepper had a touchdown run that's at the 3-minute mark, and that puts us at our current score, 33-0, Bremen leading the Manchester Squires.
And we're going to have to see the Bremen come out and what they're going to do. I think they're going to just kind of like milk the clock here and go into their clock management offense and really just try to run up the rest of this clock, while Manchester is going to be fighting on every bit that they get here when they get the chance. What do you think that you're going to see from a little bit from these guys coming out into the second half here?
I agree. I think Bremen's going to be a little bit more conservative. There's probably going to be a lot of running. And you know what? They've been able to run the ball very successfully in the first half, and that's what their primary focus is on offense, is to run the ball. I look forward to seeing them run the ball more. You won't see too much play action. I know Nate Leeper's been having a great game on the play action. He's missed a few throws, but I mean that's typical. Every quarterback misses a few throws, and every receiver drops a couple passes here and there. But other than that, he's been very well on point with the play action plays. For the for Manchester, Manchester's going to have to get in a little bit of urgency mode right now. I think they're going to come out. They're going to throw the ball. They were a little conservative the first half. They ran the ball a lot, and I think at this point, if you want to get into the game, you're going to have to pass the ball. I'm not sure if they'll be able to. They had several open receivers in the flats on a couple play action plays and a couple drop back plays. But I don't know just how much they can move the ball, but we'll find out in the second half here. So that wraps up our first half analysis, and let's take a quick timeout. When we return, we'll reveal some scores going on around the state of Indiana, as it's sectional time, and that's the time, as I like to say, when heroes are born and legends are made. So we'll be back here on BroadcastSport.net. Our score at halftime: Bremen 33, Manchester 0.
Service One Professional Group of Elkhart provides complete electrical and mechanical services to industrial, commercial, and institutional clients throughout northern Indiana and southwest Michigan. Since 2005, their team has excelled at maintaining to perform their services with integrity and professionalism. This commitment has made them able to build and maintain solid relationships with their customers. With project scopes ranging from construction to technological advances, Service One Professional Group can complete the job from the design stage to the startup. To learn more about Service One Professional Group, call them at 574-522-5651 or visit their website at serviceonegroup.com.
For technology that gives you the freedom to learn and play on the go, there's only one choice: Verizon. Get the new Droid X2 by Motorola. It packs a super-fast 1 GHz dual-core processor and a 4.3-inch QHD display. Plus, when you buy one for just $199.99, you'll get a second one free. Visit any Verizon store, vcw.com/back-to-school, or call 1-800-256-4646. Verizon. Requires new 2-year activation and data pack per phone. Early termination and other fees apply. Coverage details at VerizonWireless.com.
Halftime here at Bremen. Bremen leading the Manchester Squires 33-0. Alongside Josh Williams, I'm Kevin Kalesia. And let's talk some scores going on in the great state of Indiana. Well, as soon as the page loads here on BroadcastSport.net.
What a World Series we got going on in the MLB, man. I hate to change the topic here from high school football, but geez, the shameful thing here is that even though this is probably one of the best World Series that we've seen in a long time, competition-wise, it's a shame that everybody's talking so bad about the ratings and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've listened to several announcers over the years say that baseball is a sport that needs some help right now with the ratings, but apologize for this. Our scoreboard is having difficulty loading right now. Not quite sure why, but yeah, it's great games will do great things for sports.
And it takes a series like this, and just a message for the people that aren't watching is that, what you're really missing out here. We have a great World Series going on with the MLB, with the Cardinals and the Texans. They're really doing the job here with the Texas Rangers. A great job. It's tied up right now, 3-3 in the series, going into the first Game 7 in almost a year, almost a decade. It's been since we've had a Game 7 in the World Series, and we're going to get one tonight. So I hope you guys are watching that one.
Of course,
good stuff.
After our game, of course.
Yeah, don't you guys go nowhere. Although this one looks like it's pretty much over here for the Bremen Lions. It's going to take on a miracle for Manchester to get back in this game and make a difference. But these guys should show some heart and really play without will. They can do it.
In the second quarter, Fort Wayne, Carroll, and Goshen knotted up at 7 apiece. Penn leading the Memorial Chargers of Elkhart 38-14. That's a second quarter score. Mishawaka having no problems playing the Riley Wildcats. They lead 22-0 in the first quarter. Concord 19, East Noble 0. That's a second quarter score. Northwood on top of the Plymouth Rockies 7-0, a first quarter score rather. South Bend St. Joe leads Culver Academy 7-3 in the third quarter. Marion and John Glenn knotted up at 0 in the first. Of course, our score here, Bremen 33, Manchester 0 at the half. Lewis Cass 7, Rochester 0 in the second quarter. Madison Grant 7, Churubusco 0 in the second quarter. Fort Wayne Bishop Lures 21, Eastside 0. That's the second quarter score. In the second quarter, Clinton Central trails Caston 10-6. Lafayette Central Catholic 21, North White 0. That's the second quarter score. North Miami 7, Northfield 0 in the second quarter. Hobart and Washington are scoreless in the first quarter. Same as Garrett and Whitco, scoreless in the first quarter. Jimtown leads Lakeland 13-0 in the first quarter. Culver 0, West Central 0, another first quarter score. South Newton 0, Winnemac 0 in the first quarter. Adams Central 0, Fremont 0, another first quarter score. And make sure you stay logged in to broadcastsport.net throughout the evening. As more scores become available, they will be updated on the website. Of course, back here at Don Bungie Field, Bremen leads Manchester 33-0 at halftime, getting ready for the start of action in the third quarter. And what are your keys for the second half?
Well, this one looks all but over for this Manchester team. The only thing they can do is really kind of savor the pride, and Logan has got to come out and kind of lead this team. The team members might be losing a little faith, but it's up to him and the captains of this team to really get them going and to fire them up. I've been in a lot of ball games where the score has been lopsided, but the one thing I've learned is that you always have to keep your team involved in the game and to make sure that they're pumped up no matter what the score is, because you never know. Some things could turn for your side, and you could score 21 points in 6 minutes. Who knows? I've seen some crazy things in my football career, but it would take a miracle for these guys to get in there. It just seems like their defense can do nothing to stop this Bremen Lions offense that is just powering over Manchester's defense right now.
And speaking of football careers, you were telling me before the game that, for 3 years you sat behind and watched your Clay Colonials quarterback, Justin Lorries, lead the Colonials. You've been the backup quarterback, and now you get to step out of the shadow. Next year, you are the starting quarterback. It's your job. It's your team. Talk a little bit about that as we get ready for the start of the second half.
Well, it's always exciting, and it's something I've been waiting for since I was a freshman. And you know what? I cannot tell you how great it is to sit behind an experienced quarterback like that who taught me so much. No doubt I would not be at the level I am right now if it wasn't for Justin Lorries teaching me the way and just kind of picking his brain during practice. You can learn so much. Definitely, he's a gamer, and you know what? I have kind of trying to take that swag from him and carry that on to my senior year and to try to do a good job and to lead this team We're taking a break right now from football. You know, we needed that break. We've been going at it since last November, since we got booted out of the sectional championship. So we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and, you know, we're going to try the best that we can to do with what we got. We're going to have a strong team, and I can't say I'm very excited for this upcoming season and ready for my shot to kind of step up into the limelight and get a little taste of what Justin Laurie's got to experience for his great 4 years here at Clay High School.
It's always great to be able to step out of the shadows of your predecessor, and you know, I look forward to calling some of your games next year. So that'll be interesting to see. But we get started. We're getting ready to start the second half here at Don Bungie Field between the Bremen Lions and the Manchester Squires. Bremen won the toss and deferred to the second half, so they're going to receive the ball here to start the second half.
Just to give you guys a quick score update on the World Series, Texas is leading 2-0 in the fourth inning.
Oh, wow. Of course, Texas going for their first ever World Series title.
You got to give them the credit there. What a great job by them to get into the World Series.
And Derek Self kicks this off, and it's fielded at the 11. And it's Nepper on the return. He gets all the way to the 39-yard line before being brought down. So Bremen's coming out with great field position to start the second half.
And you know what? They're averaging about the 40-yard line for their starting field position. And that's the thing that they can pride themselves that they've done very well all night, is setting their offense up with great field position to start off their drives.
Leeper leads his team out. High formation. Double tight end set. Leeper hands it off. Up the middle. And this is going all the way. Cody Harlan. I'm sorry. Braxton Miller.
Braxton Miller, what a fantastic job to really find the hole on that play and to turn it upfield. A good job by him and turning on the boosters and really beating everybody that he had in sight. A great presence of awareness and way to scramble towards the end zone for a touchdown there on that long run. And I think that's an ideal way to open up the first half or the second half of this ball game by an electrifying a long touchdown run that will put the score out to 39 right now, awaiting the point after attempt here.
But what a way to start the second half. 50-plus yard touchdown run. And it's a good snap and a good hold, and the kick is up, and that's good as well. So Bremen out to a 40-0 lead with just 11:43 to play in the third quarter here at Don Bungie Field on BroadcastSport.net. Hey, it's spring, and now couldn't be a better time to visit the fine folks of Kaywood Products, located on South Bend's west side. Family owned for 54 years, Kaywood Products specializes in quality building materials for all of your home improvement needs. No job is too big or too small. Need a new window, door, kitchen, or bath? We install. So visit us at 25785 State Road 2 or give us a call at 574-287-4262. Back on BroadcastSport.net, Bremen in control of this game, 40-0. They get set for kickoff, and back deep to receive will be Casper for the Manchester Squires, and Lucas Slarb will kick off, and the kickoff's underway. A line drive down the center of the field, bobbled by Pedrod, and Pedrod moves it up to the 22-yard line. Pardon, it was Schemblardner on the return.
And now it's time to see Logan Brunn come out onto the field for his first series of the second half here. This is going to be the momentum setter of the second half. Each half's a new half, and we're going to have to see how well this team responds to being down 40-0. If they have any life in them at all, they're going to respond back with some resiliency here.
I formation for Brunn. Brunn drops back, looks, throws the juggler downfield. That pass way overthrown as it was intended for Derek Self.
And going back to what I'm talking about, taking the time to set up your throw. That right there, it looked like he rushed it a little too much on that. he's got to take the time and trust in his offensive line that he can stand in the pocket and deliver a good, accurate throw. And right there, we just didn't get it. His feet weren't set right, and he kind of rushed that one.
So 2nd and 10 now for the Squires. Bremen showing a blitz. Run with the I formation, 3 wide. Run, drops back, draw play, and that's out to Pedrod. And Pedrod gets out to the 29-yard line. So a pickup of about 5 on the play.
And you know what? That's where they've had the most success so far in this game with those draw plays. They've been picking up some good, decent yards. He's really got to keep his footing on that play, because if he keeps his footing, they get a first down on that play, and they move the chains.
No doubt they do. Play clock down to 12 seconds as Squires get to the line of scrimmage. Brunn hands it off, and the running back brought down at the 29-yard line, so no gain on the play.
Well, nothing doing on that play. Really surprised in Coach Baker's play calling right there, and going with a conservative approach to that one instead of looking towards the passing game to try to maybe hit a quick slant or maybe even a screen pass, which you've had success with earlier in this game.
So it's punting situation for the Squires, and Ben Heaney is out to return the punt. Casper is out to punt for the Squires. Low snap. Gets it off just in time. Heaney fields it at the 35. Gets a block. Has a seam up the middle. Out to the near side. Gets another great block. Out to the 40 before finally being pushed out of bounds. And a great return by Ben Heaney. And that's going to put the Lions in great field position.
And you know what? This is what's going to take this team to the next level in this sectional playoff here. This is what's going to carry this team a far way. The special teams' ability to set the offense up with good field position is the key factor right here. I mean, look at this. They're starting already on the opponent's 40-yard line. You can't ask for better field position than that. And they're going to capitalize. There's no stopping this offense right now.
4 wide, shotgun formation, and we have a false start as the 71, the right tackle for the Lions. That's J.J. Sears jumped on that play, and that's going to push the Lions back 5 yards.
And you know what? They've got to think about it. They've got to show some discipline right here, and that's really what's going to carry these guys. Again, discipline and great performance from all 3 phases of their team is going to carry these guys.
So 1st and 15 now from the Squire 45-yard line. Lions come out 4 wide. They send Zelmer in motion on the jet sweep, and Leeper keeps it. He's out to the 30, 25, 20. No one's going to catch him. 5, touchdown. And it's Lions in, and they're going to extend the lead to 46-0 with the PAT pending.
And right here is just a good job of blocking to the outside there, getting the ceiling off the defensive ends and sealed off that corner. And really, they only had one man to beat. And the blocking, the assignments there were perfect. Everybody did their job and held their blocks for the right amount of time. And again, we see how great these guys can do with Eric Nepper on that play, breaking for the long 20-yard score, 40-yard score there on that play. And the result was another touchdown. That's their 4th rushing touchdown of the game so far.
So Schlarb will come out to try another point after attempt. Good snap, a good hold. The kick is up, and it's just inside that right upright, and it's going to be good. So Bremen out in front, 47-0 on top of the Manchester Squires on BroadcastSport.net.
Service One Professional Group of Elkhart provides complete electrical and mechanical services to industrial, commercial, and institutional clients throughout northern Indiana and southwest Michigan. Since 2005, their team has excelled at maintaining to perform their services with integrity and professionalism. This commitment has made them able to build and maintain solid relationships with their customers. With project scopes ranging from construction to technological advances, Service One Professional Group can complete the job from the design stage to the startup. To learn more about Service One Professional Group, call them at 574-522-5651 or visit their website at serviceonegroup.com.
Back here on broadcastsport.net alongside Josh Williams, I'm Kevin Kaliza, as the Bremen Lions extend their lead 47-0 on top of the Manchester Squires, and Lucas Schlarb will come out to kick off, and back deep to receive for the Manchester Squires will be Casper, and it's fielded at the 20-yard line as
nothing doing really good on that special teams. We haven't seen the the good blocking assignments out of these guys for the Manchester special teams. Their average starting spot is around the 25-yard line, and that's a reason you really have to have all three phases of your football team clicking in the sectional time. It's just so important. Every phase of the game is so important right now.
1st and 10 from the 30-yard line, I formation. Ollinger the wingback. As it's a toss pitch. As Pedron, and he's looking long, throws it. That pass is caught by Woodward at the 36-yard line.
And a nice job. We call that the sweep pass, a jet sweep pass on that play. A good job of getting the ball down the field. You know what? If he would have had a little stronger arm, he probably could have made that into a touchdown pass.
He definitely had the lead on the defenders, so if he had a little bit of a stronger arm, like you say, that could have been a touchdown pass. But nonetheless, a spectacular play by Woodward, and
then again, a great job by Manchester catching this Bremen team off guard as they move their way into the Bremen territory.
As it's run on the option play.
Nice
pitch. Out to Pedrod, and Pedrod.
And a fantastic pitch on that play.
Oh, yeah.
What a great job, just as he was going down, to get the ball out and to move them rather close to the chains, about 3 yards away.
And he did a great job of sucking the linebackers in on that play. He kept stringing it out, and eventually the linebacker sucked in on that play, and you just have one-on-one play with the cornerback and the running back. Great option play, great pitch nonetheless. I formation is a quarterback keeper by Brunn, and Brunn gets over the sticks.
Looks like he's going to have enough. Logan Brunn here for Manchester. Instead, they'll face a 3rd and 7 now.
7:20 to play in the third quarter. 3rd and 7 for the Squires. Shotgun formation, and now we have a whistle and flags. And it's going to be a false start, as you just said. And the sad thing for Brunn, who's very frustrated, as you could tell, he knew it was a false start because as soon as they got the snap, he's like, jeez, not it again. Not another silly penalty. Stupid penalties like that are what drive coaches crazy.
Nothing is more frustrating than when you get stopped on a drive because of penalties. False start penalties, oh man. They'll just kill any momentum drive that you got going on.
Shotgun formation as Brunn looks deep.
He's got him. He's got him.
That pass incomplete. Oh! As it was intended for Pedrod on the play. And very catchable pass in the back of the end zone, but falls incomplete. And that's going to bring up 4th and 12 from the 27-yard line.
God, I know that one. He's really going to be kicking himself in the butt on that one. What a great throw by Logan Brunn on that one to launch it deep into the corner. It's just sad to see that the receiver couldn't bring it in time on that one. Jeez, man, that's one he's going to wish he had back.
So it's going to bring up 4th and 12 for the Squires. 4 wide on the shotgun formation. Brunn gets a snap, pump fakes, looks near side, throws it. That pass caught by Woodward inside the 20-yard line, and that's going to bring up a turnover on downs.
Just short of the sticks. Man, what an aggressive play call right there on 4th and 12, and a good catch nonetheless to keep the focusing on putting his feet in bounds, and he almost got the first down on that one, but came up short around a 17-yard line.
Coach Baker said before the game, if the Squires intended on staying in this game or keeping toe-to-toe with the Bremen Lions, which we know at this point is obviously not the case, they would have to not leave points on the field. Unfortunately, they left points on the field, and that stalled a drive that was arguably the best drive of the game for them.
And you know what? They showed a lot of patience and urgency on that drive to really move the ball down the field. And then again, like you said, it's just really sad to see them not come away with some sort of points on that drive there. Again, points are really hard to come by for this Manchester team, who has scoreless here up until the halfway through the third quarter mark here.
So second down for the Lions. And it's a handoff as it's.
Ooh, what a hit there placed on
Evan
on
Wilson.
the running back.
Evan Wilson on the carry as the Lions have their backups in at this point in the game. Very smart, wise decision. And check out the headgear of number 71 for the Lions, J.J. Sears. You got to love that hat there. Can we get a zoom in on him real quick here? Well, he took it off, but he looked like he was really enjoying himself on the sideline as he had that crazy hat on. I have a hat similar to that. But back here at Don Bungie Field, 3rd and 9 for the Lions. Toss pitch, and on to the near side it is Evan Wilson, and Wilson is leveled at the 30-yard line, and that's going to be good enough for a first down.
And we got Jacob Bennett in at quarterback now to replace Nate Leeper in a wise decision, up 47-0 halfway through the third quarter. It's time to let the JV guys get in there and get their shot at it. Give them a little experience in the game time situations like this.
And it's also important to rest your starters and keep them healthy. If they're on the sidelines, they're less likely to be injured, and you're going to need your starters for the rest of the tourney. So great thing to do as Bennett hands it off. And
you know what, not only that, but you're learning who you can count on in important situations to come off your bench if you ever needed a key player. So you're getting a look at what they can do to help this team and benefit them themselves.
So Bennett will come in with the play call. Wearing the good old number 20. That was my number back in high school. So gotta love that number. And they'll come out with a split backfield on a second down play. Bennett scans the field. Squire's showing a blitz. Bennett toss pitches it out, and it's Joel Miller on the carry, and he moves the ball to the 35-yard line.
And again, no outside containment from this Manchester team, as we haven't seen any all night. And that's where the sweet spot's been. They found the bubble screen pass out to the flat. They found the pitch and the option out to the sides. Again, there is no outside containment or resistance at all from this Manchester team, and that's where they're getting beat. Not necessarily in the trenches, but on the outside on the borders.
So it brings up 3rd and 5. Clock inside, 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Bremen out to a 47-0 lead over Manchester. Bennett drops back, looks near side, throws the ball. That pass intercepted at the 45-yard line as it's...
And you know what? I was wondering when we were going to see Bennett throw the ball and let it air out a little bit. Not sure who he was trying to find. Looked like they had a receiver underneath, but definitely wide away from that one. And instead they throw the easy pick there. Definitely, not what I expected from Bennett.
Looked like a little bit of miscommunication. Looked like the receiver ran a wrong route or something. The receiver ran a fade route and looked like he was supposed to cut in on that post route there, but never materialized, never happened, and thus we have a pick. Manchester would have loved to have had that pick earlier in the game, but we'll see if they can finally capitalize and put some points on the board. It's always good to not be shut out as Braun pitches it out to the outside. Pedrod across midfield, 45-40, finally brought down and pushed out of bounds, I should say.
And they're finding what Manchester is finding right now, what's working for them. And it's sad to say, but if they would have gone with the option a little bit earlier in the game, this outcome could have been a little bit different. Definitely for this team and for the score right now.
So 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line in Lion territory. As the Manchester Squires will keep their starters in on offense. As defensive end for the Lions jumps off guard. Offsides.
Oh, they got the encroachment penalty.
As it begins, Jordan Arnett, the defensive end, as he jumped on that as the Squires were getting set. And they're set now again. 3 wide, I formation, Twins to the near side. Lions showing a blitz. Brunn hands it off to Pedrod, and Pedrod breaks up the middle. He's gone. Touchdown, Squires.
And put the points up on the board for Manchester as they will score this one after a run up the middle. Goes for a 27-yard touchdown by Preston Pernard here. A great job and good patience to wait for the hold to develop up. He came off like he was firing out of a rocket. And you gotta love the sense of urgency that Manchester is trying to show. They want to jump back into this ball game, but it might be a little too late as we're nearing the end of the third quarter here in Bremen. We're going to look at the extra point try here. Kick is up, and it's going to be right through the uprights.
So it's 47-6. Bremen on top of the Manchester Squires. It's not a shutout anymore here on BroadcastSport.net.
Aren't you getting tired of waiting on the internet? www should not stand for worldwide wait. 4way.net offers wireless broadband internet service with nearly 50 towers throughout St. Joseph, Southern Elkhart, Marshall, Kosciuszko, and Fulton counties. Now you too can surf the web like your friends for as little as $49 per month. 4way can deliver the internet at speeds of up to 3 megabytes per second and beyond. Contact 4way.net at 574-277-7720 for an up-to-date status for your area. If you are in an area that you feel may benefit from their service, let them know. Visit their website at www.4way.net.
Back here at Don Bungie Field as the Manchester Squires get on the board. Our score 47-7. Bremen leading Manchester. Quick scoreboard update. Mishawaka shutting out South Bend Riley 29-0 at halftime. Penn leading Elkhart Memorial 38-14 in the third quarter as the Squires kick off. And it's fielded at the 15-yard line, but lost the ball for a moment, and it's Nepper on the return, and he loses a yard as he's brought down at the 14-yard line.
And this is going to be the worst starting field position for them all game long, which is not bad considering they've been starting at above the 40-yard line of their own here. It's time to see what this Chesterton defense can do, our Manchester defense. They're going to come in here, try to play a little high intensity, but I don't see them doing much considering they haven't been able to stop anything all night long. And until they get the outside containment going to stop these pitch outs and option plays, they're not going to stop anything.
Split backfield for Bennett and the Lions. Sorry, it's the I formation now. Bennett hands it off to Evan Wilson. Wilson on the outside. He gets about a yard or two on the play.
You know what's astonishing about this Bremen team is that up until that Bennett thrown interception, that was the first time that they did not score on a drive that they were occurring on. It has been up till that point in the third quarter that they've scored on every single drive.
Yeah, that's impressive right there for the dominance that you could sense. And, you know, Manchester finally snaps that streak. And we'll see if Manchester can keep their ways going. Now, granted, they have their starting defense out there, and Bremen has their second-string offense out there, but we'll see as Evan Wilson gets the pitch out on the near side, and he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. May have lost a yard or two on the play, actually. That's going to bring up third and long.
Well, you know, they got a 40-point cushion right now with the third quarter getting ready to wind down. I really don't think they have anything to worry about now. It's all but over. They can let their second team, the second stringers, come in and play the ball game and not worry about them having any success or whatnot. It's always good to see those younger guys come in and have some success in the game. But at this point right now, it's not going to make much difference because in about 13 minutes, this one's over, and Bremen might be walking away with the sectional win here.
As Bennett drops back, looks near side, throws it. That pass is caught at the 18-yard line by Jacob.
That's going to be a loss on the play there.
Cornett on the reception, I believe. And that's going to bring up fourth down, so the streak continues for the Manchester defense as they stop the Bremen Lions for the second straight series.
And you know what? It's all about the demeanor they come out with at halftime. These guys are fired up. They want to play. They want to win this game just as badly as Bremen does. And right now, they're showing that, against their second-string offense and defense there, that they're able to do that. Let's just see if they can replicate another drive like they had before.
Nate Leeper out to punt for the Lions. That punt nearly blocked. It's a nice high-flying punt, and it's fair caught at the 45-yard line by Pedrod. And we'll see exactly what this offense can do as they're put in yet another great field position.
And you know what? If Penrod doesn't slide down on that fair catch right there, a possibility of a kick catch interference right there was inevitable as he flew over Penrod. Could have been even better field position if that penalty would have been thrown.
19 seconds is all that remains till the fourth quarter begins here at Don Bunge Field. As nice stiff arm there by Brunn, and Brunn's still on his feet, dragging defenders all the way to the 20-yard line.
This guy is a true gamer. You cannot expect anything to come out of your quarterback more than that. This guy is truly doing whatever he can to benefit this team the most. Whether he has to do it on the run, with his arm, he's going to try to give you the best possible position on the field. And that was the third quarter dinger here.
And then we're going to move to the fourth quarter on BroadcastSport.net. At the end of 3, our score, 47-7, Bremen leading the Manchester Squires. And I don't think there's any chances of a miracle, but you know what? We'll have to wait and see. Some serious adjustments will be needed for the fourth quarter. And like I said, once again, our score, 47-7. Bremen leading Manchester as we get ready for the fourth quarter on BroadcastSport.net.
Service one.
For technology that gives you the freedom to learn and play on the go, there's only one choice: Verizon. Get the new Droid X2 by Motorola. It packs a super-fast 1 GHz dual-core processor and a 4.3-inch QHD display. Plus, when you buy one for just $199.99, you'll get a second one free. Visit any Verizon store, vcw.com/back-to-school, or call 1-800-256-4646. Verizon. Requires new 2-year activation and data pack per phone. Early termination and other fees apply. Coverage details at verizonwireless.com.
Back here at Don Bunge Field in Bremen as the Manchester Squires hand it off to Pedrod on the play. He spin moves up to the 10-yard line before finally being brought down alongside Josh Williams. I'm Kevin Kalesia. And our score, Bremen 47, Manchester 7 as we start the fourth quarter. Quick scoreboard update. Penn crushing Elkhart Memorial in the third quarter, 45-14. Churubusco 13, Madison Grant 13 at halftime. Fort Wayne Bishop Lures 21, Eastside 0 in the second quarter. South Bend St. Joe 21, Culver Academy 9 in the third. Split backfield here at Bremen as it's a fake and handoff to Pedrod. Pedrod on the outside, he keeps it on his feet. He's down to the 1-yard line before finally being brought down.
And you know what? This guy, Penrod, just refuses to go down. Right now, he is bouncing off there like a pinball, and this guy has really got the...
And it was a fumble at the 1-yard line, and Bremen fell on it, so Bremen's going to get the ball back, and that right there has got to be back-breaking, to say the least, in the sense that you get great field position to start the drive, you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, and you can't punch it in.
And you know what? That's got to take the breath out of this team. These guys work so hard to get down to there, and just to see that go away on a fumble around the in the end zone there, you just can't have that happen.
This is a handoff, and carries it for about a yard on the play.
You know, the reason why I picked Manchester to win in this one, I really thought that they could come out here and turn a lot of heads and really stick to their true option and do what they do best. And we saw what their true colors were. You know, yeah, they put 7 points up on the board, and they're still fighting. And it's fourth quarter. They're down 40 points. and they still keep fighting. And you got to love the resiliency out of this Manchester team. And Coach Baker has to be proud of his boys right now, even though the score is 40-0.
Bennett under center, I formation, double tight end set. Bennett pitches it out. Evan Wilson on the near side. He's at the 20. Gets inside, out to the 34-yard line before finally being brought down. That's good for a first down, and it will keep the clock moving once the chains are reset.
And you look at this again, we talk about the outside containment all game long, and yet they have ceased to yield anything that's been bounced out to the outside. And that's where Bremen's having all their success. I'd like to see the statistics on the numbers there for what's going on to the outside. What's their ratio there?
Split backfield. Bennett under center. Squires showing a blitz. Fake pitch out, and Evan Wilson carries it.
Well, nothing doing on that play there. We've seen, not really successful with the play action or the play face there as he pitched it out. It's just interesting to see these guys come out here and try to compete. Manchester is trying to do the best they can, but it just doesn't make sense to me why they're still on this 4-3 defense that they're playing. It seems to me that they should switch it up a little bit to go towards the outside containment.
Bremen set to just run the clock out as they're in the I formation again. And it's a handoff to Evan Wilson. Evan Wilson swallowed up in the backfield at the 30-yard line.
Good job by this Manchester defense to get in there, disrupt things, and to tackle loss for a minimum here. And then again, we want to see the Bremen right now is in that the clock management offense here, just trying to run out the clock and take this one to the next game here and live to tell another day.
Clock down to 8.5 minutes to go in this contest. High formation. Squires showing a blitz. Bennett hands it off to, play action on the far side.
He slips away.
And he throws the ball away to fight another day.
That was a nice job by Bennett to elude that would-be tackler there and to bounce that out to the outside and scramble. He had a good job and awareness to find the receiver. Just threw that slightly out of bounds, but then again, he still could have been a little bit patient. But that's just young. He's only a sophomore, so he's gonna get better. He's gonna build up those skills, and eventually he will be the guy to come in there and get things done for these guys once Nate Leeper leaves.
So that's gonna bring up the punting team as Nate Leeper will come out to punt. Leeper barely gets the ball away as his signals for a fair catch is Pedrod at the 37-yard line.
Manchester's been very, very close on the punts here for Bremen, getting a couple blocks. Wouldn't be surprised if the next 8 minutes, if Bremen gets the ball back, to see maybe one punt block out of these guys. It seems like they're on the edge every single time. So what's going to stop them?
Quick scoreboard update at the half. Concord leading East Noble 22-0. Northwood having no problems with Plymouth tonight. They lead 42-8 in the third quarter. As we come back here with a wishbone set. Brunn fakes the handoff, then hands it off to...
Some tough fighting yards right there for that running back there. And then again, he's just trying to mellow out some yards. And then again, but you know what? They're picking up some good chunks of yards there. They picked up 7 on that first down run. Again, they're doing what works for them, and tonight the option and the short dinker passes have worked.
They have. They really have, except for a few missed executions on a couple plays. They've been pretty well effective on the short plays. As we come out with another wishbone set, Bremen showing a blitz as they have most of tonight. And it's a handoff to Pedrod on the outside, and he gets brought down at the 45-yard line. Maybe a pickup of 1 on the play.
And you know what? Just talking about a couple of experiences of mine, being Justin Loris' backup quarterback, I got to go in a lot of blowout games, and kind of just work myself in there to kind of get used to the speed of the defense. And I can remember one time we were playing, I believe it was Elkhart Memorial at home, and I got into a scramble, and I scrambled to the outside. I thought I had daylight, and all of a sudden this guy came in there, just clocked me at 7 yards after the scrimmage, and it was funny. It shows you what you come to and like how you build up the confidence in yourself to do those things on a varsity level.
As Reamer carries it for minimal gain on that play, brought down at the 44-yard line, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Obviously, being down 47-7, there's not much to lose going for it on 4th down at this point. So the offense will stay on the field, and we'll see exactly what happens here as they come out with another wishbone set. As it's a run, looks far side, throws that pass, caught by Reamer at midfield, slides at the 42-yard line, and that's good for a 1st down. So the Squires keep this possession alive, and they look to move down into Bremen territory and put some points on the board after visiting that territory the last couple times and walking away with no points.
Well, Logan Brunn doing a nice job of bouncing that to the outside, and you're really using his scrambling ability to get that ball out into open space and find the receiver with room, and they move the sticks for that ball.
Brunn hands it off to Pedrod on the carry, and he picks up about 5 on the play.
And a nice gain. Minimal gain there for these guys. They're going to move this within 2nd and 5 here, 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line. And they're probably going to pick up another 1st down if they keep the momentum on their side and just keep chopping away at it, taking what the defense gives them. And that's what Bremen did all night to Manchester.
Wishbone set once again. Squires pitch it out to Pedrod on the outside.
He's
cuts
got
back inside.
He's got room.
A seam up the middle. He's at the 10, and no one's going to catch him. Touchdown, Squires.
A nice job to really cut that back into the outside, and that's where they found the success in that play. It was designed to be an outside play, but the running back found the cutback lane and jetted up the middle for a nice about 30-yard touchdown run for the Manchester Squires on that play.
So Squires strike, and they're trailing 47-13 with the PAT pending. Clock down to 4:55 to play in the game. The play clock down to 19 seconds. That's a low snap, but a good recovery as the kick is up and it's good. And that's going to be 14-47. Bremen on top here with just 4:55 to play in the 4th quarter on BroadcastSport.net.
Service one. Aren't you getting Walters on? Very few since 19.
A crisp October evening. A stadium filled with fans. A pass through. A journey completed. A state of euphoria? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Back here on BroadcastSport.net, the Squires strike back. They're trailing 47-14 late in the 4th. Fielded at the 15. He's got a seam up the middle, and it's Zelmer on the play. He's out to the 30. One man to beat. 25, 15, 10, 5. Finally brought down. We have a flag, though, thrown around the 20.
Back.
We have a flag thrown around about the 24-yard line.
Yep, this one's definitely going to be coming back. Looking like they got them for a holding call. If not, could be a possible chop block. We're going to have to wait and see what the head official comes out and says about this one. Yep, they got them holding on the Bremen team.
So let's nullify the run. And They're going to be starting at the 38-yard line inside Squire territory. So best field position for Bennett and the second stringers of the Bremen Lions for this game.
Yeah, here we go. We're just going to see Bennett try to get some more experience out here. They're not going to do anything special. Maybe a give here or there and a short pass here. But they're not going to do anything special here as they'll just try to run the clock out with 4:43 left to go.
Toss pitch out to Evan Williams on the far side. He's brought down at the 40-yard line.
Good tackle by Logan Brunn to get in there and stop that in the backfield. And then it goes again. Talking about Logan Brunn. He is really a gamer, and what I mean by gamer is someone that comes out over-prepared for the game. He's more than out ready to do anything, and it's obvious by how he's playing both ways now on the defense as well as offense, and you can't ask any more from a guy like that. He's the true gamer of this team.
Yes, he is. As they come out I formation. Wilson in the backfield. Squires showing a blitz. Second and long. Toss pitch out to Wilson on the near side. He gets brought down at the 38-yard line as it's Phoenix Goad on the tackle.
And nothing special again there. 3rd and 14 that they're facing right now from the 37-yard line. Just trying to milk the clock. Then again, Manchester's trying to chop at every bit that they can get on the ball in hopes of, having another replica of their last scoring drive of a good rush and a great job by their offense to get down the field in a great amount of time.
3rd and long for the Bremen Lions. Split backfield. Twins to the far side. Bennett under center. 3:03 to play in the game. Bremen leads 47-14. It's a nice pass to Evan Wilson on the far side. Wilson brought down.
There goes a flag came in there. Looks like they might get them for a holding call on number 2 here. And for the Bremen Lions here, we have to wait. Yep, a holding call comes in, and that was going to set them back.
It's going to be an illegal block in the back.
No, excuse me, the referee signaled the holding there. Oops.
Either that or...
maybe I'm just a little confused.
Or the PA announcer said the wrong thing.
Looks like they got them for a holding call,
okay,
which is going to send them back 10 yards, 3rd and 22.
So, 3rd and 22 from the 45-yard line for the Bremen Lions. They'll come out, I formation. Wilson, the running back.
Manchester's putting 7 in the box here and trying to stop the running game as much as they can. And they're going to do very well on this play right here.
As Wilson struggles to get anything on that play, he gets about maybe a yard if that. And that's going to bring out the punt units for both teams.
Well, here they go. Manchester gets one last shot, looks to be, at possibly putting some points on the board. Bremen's probably going to let the 25-second play clock run down to almost about 1, maybe even take a timeout to let it run down all the way that they can, and just try to take as much time as they can off the clock here.
So Lucas Schlarber will come out to punt. Squires will be put in some very tough field situation here, or position I should say. Good snap, a good kick, as it's going to be fair caught. Well, they're going to signal a fair catch, but the ball will roll at the 10-yard line, and that's going to be the start of the next series for the Manchester Squires.
This could be about the last series that we see tonight from this Manchester team, and we got to credit a lot to the, tonight to definitely a good Logan Brunn of the Manchester Squire team here. He gave it his all, and it's just sad to see this team come up short. I know they wanted this one pretty bad. Just seeing their team atmosphere and how their coach talked about them before the game, it seemed like they were more than ready to try to come out here and just compete with this team.
Squires will come out. Be 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line. Minute 24 is all that remains in the game. Play clock down to 10 seconds. I formation. Brunn hands it off, and it's Pedrod on the near side. He's at the 30, gets the corner, finally brought down at
Ooh,
the
surprise.
30.
Oh, there comes the horse collar call.
Yeah,
I was just about to say I'm kind of surprised that they didn't throw that flag right there, but they get a late flag thrown for the horse collar, and they just picked up another 15 free yards.
Of course, Manchester fans and players are probably asking themselves, why not sooner? Why haven't they had this kind of luck earlier in the game when it was very much possible they could come back and win? At this point, this game is all but over. The only thing that's stopping it from being final is the scoreboard itself right now.
And I think you can credit a lot of that to the fact that pretty much after the second quarter, Bremen had to put in their second team offense there in defense, so not a lot doing for these teams.
As the defensive end for the Bremen Lions jumps off sides.
And you know what? When you put young guys like that in there, you're gonna get those problems where they jump off sides, not used to the clock on the game. It's a little bit faster pace for these guys, so they're a little antsy to jump the gun.
I formation. 3 wide, twins to the far side. Bremen showing a blitz. Brunn hands it off, and it's Jacob Kasper on the carry. He gets past the sticks to the 50-yard line, and that's good for the first down. And you were talking about making the Bremen Lions jump off sides. Manchester has this unique thing when they get to the line of scrimmage. It's almost like they fake set themselves. The linemen fake set themselves. In other words, like instead of putting their hand on in the ground, and once you put your hand in the ground, you can't move, you can't flinch, you can't do anything. They kind of go down, come back up, and then they finally go back down.
And yeah, that's just the way they do it. They're more of an old traditional style of offense, and it kind of keeps the defense on their feet.
Clock down to the final 22 seconds.
Wouldn't be surprised to just let this one run out and kind of, accept defeat in this one and shake hands at the 50 and call it a night. Crowd started to chant, "We are." What are they saying? I'm not able to pick up what they're saying. They're calling themselves the Dream Team.
Hey,
mighty fine words to say there.
They have the talent to be the Dream Team. They are perfect 11-0 so far on the season with this victory over the Manchester Squires. They are victorious tonight in this sectional game. They win by a score of 47-14. We'll be back with our post-game show here on BroadcastSport.net.
For technology that gives you the freedom to learn and play on the go, there's only one choice: Verizon. Get the new Droid X2 by Motorola. It packs a super-fast 1 GHz dual-core processor and a 4.3-inch QHD display. Plus, when you buy one for just $199.99, you'll get a second one free. Visit any Verizon store, vzw.com/back-to-school, or call 1-800-256-4646. Verizon. Requires new 2-year activation and data pack per phone. Early termination and other fees apply. Coverage details at verizonwireless.com.
Very few things in life are as important as your eyes. It's critical that you trust them professionals who have the experience, technology, and expertise to provide you and your family the best care possible. Eye Care Associates of Michiana provides you with a personalized eye and vision care to keep your eyes healthy and seeing clearly throughout your lifetime. With state-of-the-art offices in South Bend and New Carlisle, Eye Care Associates of Michiana offers convenient appointments. Their on-site optical center offers the biggest names in fashion eyewear and sunwear, and they offer the latest advancements in contact lens care as well as surgical options. Schedule an appointment with Doctors Offerly, Morton, or Robbins at Eye Care Associates of Michiana by calling 287-0890 and make a professional eye examination part of your family's annual health care routine. Since 1950, Mapletronics Computers is the place to find great computers, great service, and really great people. Stop by their showroom located at 2116 West Wilden Avenue in Goshen and see what's new in home and office computing. Their friendly service team is there to help with all of your computer repairs, whether you need a tune-up or a complete format and reinstall. New computers, high-speed DSL, Verizon Air cards, they've got it all. Mapletronics is your hometown store for computers and more. Give them a call at 534-2830 or visit their website at www.mapletronics.com.
Back here at Don Bungie Field alongside Josh Williams, I'm Kevin Kalisha, where the score is final. And our score is 47-14. Bremen victorious over the Manchester Squires. They move on to a perfect 11-0 record in sectional play as the student body and several fans started chanting, "We are the dream team." And definitely a team that looked very impressive tonight. And we're going to get into our game analysis here as Bremen basically controlled the whole game.
And you know what, Bremen did whatever they really wanted to do here in this game. They couldn't really be stopped on defense by Manchester. Just a little too much for this team to handle. Again, Nate Leeper did a great job putting balls where they needed to be. I was impressed with his poise and accuracy tonight. And if he keeps continuing the success he has with the offensive line success and their blocking, I believe this team can go a long way in this two-way sectional here and maybe even wind up with a sectional championship.
Of course, Bremen got out to a fast and very, very strong start, scoring in the first quarter at the 9:31 mark on a Ryan Zelmer 5-yard touchdown pass reception from Nate Leeper. Leeper then went on to connect with Sean Nepper on a 38-yard touchdown pass. That put up 13-0 Bremen on top of the Manchester Squires. A missed PAT attempt would result in a 13-0 lead. Then Leeper connects with Nepper on another touchdown pass, 19-0 Bremen. Moving over to the second quarter, 6:36 to play. Zelmer, 1-yard run, 26-0. Bremen on top of Manchester. And really, you can go on and on about Bremen. It really wasn't until about the third quarter when Manchester, with 2:48 to go, scores on a Penrod run. That got the points going for Manchester. They went on to score another touchdown late in the fourth quarter. But like I say, you could see that there was some serious disadvantages for the Manchester Squires tonight. They were outmanned. They were not as fast as Bremen, not as strong as Bremen, undersized compared to Bremen. And it showed on the field, point blank. You could see they had the heart there. They were a little dejected at times. Who wouldn't be when you're down 30-plus points to nothing midway through the third quarter? But I just think that at least there was heart on this team. And, we look at the roster, they're a young team. Wait until they get older. There's a lot of young players on that team. And this is nothing more than just some battle scars that will, I think, in the long run, end up to be some real good things to come for the Squires.
And they're losing a big leader in Logan Brunn, who just played his last game as a high school football player. He's a senior this year, and kind of a sad way to end your season, a 47-14 rout of your team. But he had a never say never attitude, and he competed up until the final seconds ticked off that clock, and you can't ask for any more out of your quarterback than that right there, as well as the whole team. The whole team never quit. They kept playing throughout the whole entire game with the belief that maybe they can make something happen, and you gotta love that about this team. And definitely Coach Brandon Baker can't be too disappointed about how his team came out and played tonight, given that they gave it all. And really just a couple penalties, a couple plays here and there really made the difference for this team. A couple incompletes and overthrown throws by Logan Brunn. And we've seen what happened. Who knows? Maybe they complete a couple of those throws. Or maybe if Logan Brunn connects with Woodward in the corner of the end zone over there for that touchdown early in the third quarter, maybe we're seeing a different ball game here. But we got to look at the fact of the matter is that Bremen today was the better team by far than Manchester, and Bremen's going to go on to do some great things. I'm looking forward to seeing how they come out next week and perform.
Yes, they will go on to do some great things. We'll take a quick time out. When we return, we'll have our scoreboard updates, and we'll wrap it up with our final thoughts here on BroadcastSport.net. Our final score, Bremen 47, Manchester 14.
I'll get a...
Very few things in life are as important as your eyes. It's critical that you trust them to professionals who have the experience, technology, and expertise to provide you and your family the best care possible. Eye Care Associates of Michiana provides you with a personalized eye and vision care to keep your eyes healthy and seeing clearly throughout your lifetime. With state-of-the-art offices in South Bend and New Carlisle, Eye Care Associates of Michiana offers convenient appointments. Their on-site optical center offers the biggest names in fashion eyewear and sunwear, and they offer the latest advancements in contact lens care as well as surgical options. Schedule an appointment with Doctors Offerly, Morton, or Robbins at Eye Care Associates of Michiana by calling 287-0890 and make a professional eye examination part of your family's annual health care routine. Since 1956, John A. Sibyl & Company has been helping their clients protect their financial interest. John A. Sibyl & Company gives friendly advice and helps you make the choices you want to make with your money. John A. Sibyl & Company is a member of the Chicago Stock Exchange. For more information on how you can protect your money, give John A. Sibyl & Company a call at 574-232-4854 or see them at 202 South Michigan Street, Suite 824 in South Bend.
Back here at Bremen on BroadcastSport.net, alongside Josh Williams, I'm Kevin Kalija. Where our final score here: Bremen victorious over Manchester, 47-14. Let's get into our BroadcastSport.net scoreboard update. As several key games, big games in sectional play tonight, and every time I come back from a commercial break, it seems like throughout the season I've always had problems with the scoreboard. Maybe the scoreboard don't like me. Of course, Fridays are always rough days for me. I don't know what's up with that, but the page is loading here ever so
while
slowly.
we're waiting for this thing to load, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about this Bremen team here and what they got going. The reason why they've had so much success all season right now is because of the three phases that are kicking. Their average starting field position right now, as we mentioned earlier in the game, they were starting around at the 40 or better. And for that team right now, that's going to do a long ways for this team, especially since the special teams is helping up the offense, set up good field position. You got the defense making important stops and keeping minimal to low gains for the opponent's offense. And when you have plays like that coming together, and good quarterback play out of Nate Leeper, and Austin Gall just doing an amazing job blocking for this guy. And Ethan Pike and Zach Renner doing a good job at catching the balls and getting themselves into open space. And you can't complain when you got that kind of play coming out of your players. And you got to think that this team is all but ready to go on to the next level and to compete. And these guys are going to keep on going, and they're going to keep trucking. They're going to do what they got to do to win, because it seems like this team has already figured out that they know this is what they have to do to keep the ball rolling and to move on to the next level. But it all starts around with the quarterback play out of Nate Leeper, and if the offensive line blocks like they did today, and they get the good running game coming out of Reed Zelmer, I don't see why not they can't win the sectional championship and possibly even go on to a regional title. Who knows, maybe even a state. This team is that good in this 2A sectional that they can do a lot of things here.
Oh, I agree. Now to our BroadcastSport.net scoreboard. Caston leading Clinton Central 38-13 in the fourth quarter. Churubusco 22, Madison Grant 13 in the fourth. Fort Wayne Bishop Loras 21, Eastside 0 in the second. Concord 22, East Noble 0. That's a halftime score. Fort Wayne Carroll 21, Goshen 10 in the third.
And with things like that, you got to think why.
And so Northwood 42, Plymouth 8 in the third quarter. Mishawaka Marion 15, John Glenn 14 and a nail biter at half. So that's our scoreboard update. Make sure you stay logged in to BroadcastSport.net throughout the evening. As more scores become available, they will be updated. We'll take one more time out. When we return, we'll wrap it up with our final thoughts, and we'll preview. Well, we can't really preview our next game because that's depending on the outcome of several matchups tonight, particularly South Bend Washington, South Bend Riley. So we really can't do that, but we will wrap it up with our final thoughts. Hey, it's spring, and now couldn't be a better time to visit the fine folks of Kaywood Products, located on South Bend's west side. Family owned for 54 years, Kaywood Products specializes in quality building materials for all of your home improvement needs. No job is too big or too small. Need a new window, door, kitchen, or bath? We install. So visit us at 25785 State Road 2 or give us a call at 574-287-4262.
Did you know that a comprehensive eye exam is an important part of your preventative health care since many eye and vision conditions present no obvious symptoms? A professional eye exam is also critical in the management of other medical conditions such as diabetes and high blood pressure. The doctors at Eye Care Associates of Michiana have the experience and technology to keep your family's eyes healthy and seeing well. They value thorough, personalized care and have become trusted members of their patients' health care team. With state-of-the-art offices in South Bend and New Carlisle, Eye Care Associates of Michiana offers convenient appointments. Their on-site optical center offers the biggest names in fashion eyewear and sunwear, and they offer the latest advancements in contact lens care as well as surgical options. Schedule an appointment with Doctors Oferlin, Morton, or Robbins at Eye Care Associates of Michiana by calling 287-0890 and make a professional eye examination part of your family's annual health care routine.
Our final score here at Bremen 47, Manchester 14. And let's wrap it up with our final thoughts. Josh, what's your take on the game?
Well, we saw two good teams come out here. One with a little upper hand advantage, but you know what? They still came out here and competed. Bremen was the better team, and I was impressed. I had to eat my words a little bit on the show that I talked about earlier, but Bremen, this was the first time I got to see them all year, and
That wraps up our coverage of the South Bend area football game of the week. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Service One Group of Elkhart, Eye Care Associates of Michiana, Fourway.net, Verizon Wireless, John A. Sibero and Company of South Bend, Kaywood Products of South Bend, Walters Auto Sales, and Mapletronics Computers. The preceding broadcast is owned and copyrighted by BroadcastSport.net. Any use of the broadcast in any form without the express written consent of BroadcastSport.net is strictly prohibited. Special thanks to Josh Williams tonight for his help in tonight's show. Once again, your final score, Bremen 47, Manchester 14. So this is Kevin Kaliza speaking for the entire staff and management of BroadcastSport.net, bidding you a good night and God bless.